Hello everyone, this video is going to show you how to get all of the collectibles whilst playing through the Curators cut version of Man of Medan. If you're playing alone, you may have come from a theatrical cut version. If you haven't come from that video and you're playing alone, you might want to check that video first, because there are some collectibles you can only get in theatrical cut and there's some collectibles you can only get in the Curators cut. If you're playing co-op, that isn't really a problem, but in co-op mode, the dialogues don't exactly line up with the theatrical cut or the Curators cut. It's kind of pick and choose. Sometimes the stuff that I'm picking in this video will line up with what you're doing in the co-op mode, and sometimes it'll be from the theatrical cut version. So if you are doing this co-op with someone else, I would ensure that you both have both videos open so you can make sure you're both making the right choices and not messing up QuickTime events, just to ensure you're doing the right thing all of the time. It's kind of a headache, to be honest, to do all of the collectibles in this game, but hopefully that makes sense. Also, there are certain parts throughout the game where I will have to do both scenarios. I will have to play both parts that in co-op mode, one of you will do one part and another one of you will do another. So if you see a part that doesn't quite line up with what you're doing at the moment, you might want to skip ahead a little bit just to make sure you're at the right part, because there are some parts in co-op mode that you don't have to do and your co-op partner does. Hopefully that makes sense. Also, make sure you flip over the collectibles to ensure you collect them, because a lot of the time, if you don't flip them over, the secret won't count. So make sure you do that. Also, I'm playing on PC here. Some of you may be playing on Xbox or PlayStation. So for the QuickTime events, I'll do my best to have keys on screen so that you guys know exactly what you've got to press in which places. Right, so hopefully that clears everything up. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll try my best to help you out in the comment section if I can. Much love for watching. I hope you're sitting comfortably. Let's get this going.
Alrighty, Buster. We better mosey on back to the ship.
Whoa. Stop the presses.
What?
Looks like old Charlie Charming's got a little business to attend to.
你能搏斗吗，勇士？
Can I fight?
Hey, give me a quarter.
Why?
Gonna find out my future.
Heck yeah, I can fight.
So, doesn't really matter what happens here. It's more or less just a tutorial for QuickTime events. What's annoying is behind the counter over there, there's a lot of masks, and you would think maybe they're prizes for like beating the machine or something, but you don't get a prize if you win. It's not very fair.
我以为你说你可以搏斗。
You mean you thought I said I could fight? I've hit everything so far. Strange. So this one's actually a little bit tougher than the first time you do it, I feel. But it doesn't matter anyway. If you mess up, if you want to make this quicker, I think you can just miss them.
为什么我在这个白痴上浪费时间？
Sure. Tell your friends about me, huh? Okay, pal. Spread some of that good fortune around.
Sure. But I gotta try out Mr. Punch 'em Up.
Good luck.
You got another quarter on you?
What do I look like? A bank?
Well,
Okay, old timer. What do I got coming my way?
你对这些牌有疑问吗？
so doesn't matter what you pick. Pick what you
What's
feel
the
like.
forecast for the Odyssey back to the States? Smooth sailing?
Again, doesn't matter what you pick.
看这张牌，告诉我，你看到了什么？
Okay.
Well, that is a flower of some sort.
你的财富深深地植根在地里，它的根吸收来自于神秘起源的渗血。这种增长的唯一结果就是邪恶。
Blood? Blood? Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Hey, buddy! What the hell are you talking about? Heesh.
Means
Hey,
you're probably gonna
We
die.
should probably make our way back to the ship. Don't want to be the jokers left
Come
behind.
on, I just need one more try at this
Hey,
sucker.
gotta get back. Like now.
What's weird about the Curators Cup is you don't have full choice or full control over all the choices like you did before. So, I'm pretty sure in this run, for me, Julia ended up not decompressing fast enough, so I didn't save everyone in this run. But if you're doing this co-op, then the choices I've displayed in the other video will make it so that doesn't happen. But if you find some way to stop Julia or to make Julia decompress, let me know in the comment section. It doesn't matter for this video. If you're here doing solo stuff, just trying to get the collectibles, it doesn't matter because Julia survives until the very end of the game anyway. But basically the AI is in control of some of the choices for this run. So I've picked the stuff that makes it so all the stuff we need to happen happens so we can get the collectibles. But if you're trying to save everyone, it's best to do that in the theatrical cut.
Hey, where's my 50 cents?
50 cents? What 50 cents?
Come on, man.
Hey, buzz off, buddy.
Nobody pushes me around.
Oof.
In my medical opinion, these men appear to be drunk off their rear ends. Get this one to the medical ward. Throw the other in the brig. And keep him there.
Yeah. So like I was saying, co-op, you don't really have to worry. I've made sure that all the choices are correct for your co-op partner so that that won't happen. But I didn't have control over it in this run. Also, I hope this isn't too confusing, because like I was saying in the intro, there's some sections where you will play, if you're doing this co-op, one of you will play one part of the scenario, and the other player will play the other part. For some of the sections, but not all, in the Curators and the theatrical cut, it makes you play both sides of said scenario. So if you're watching this whilst doing co-op, you might have to skip ahead a little bit in certain sections, and I'm not entirely sure where those sections are, although I'll try to give you like a rough guess, because I haven't done co-op myself, but I know that that's how it works in some places. I think the part with Brad and Fliss is a good example of that. One of you plays as Brad and one of you plays as Fliss, but if you're playing on your own, you just play one part after another on your own. But it's annoying because there's certain sections where it'll only, in the theatrical cut, when you play by yourself, it'll only let you play one half of the story, and it doesn't give you access to the second half unless you play the Curator's cut, which is why you've got to do 2 runs to get all the collectibles, which is, yeah, it's pretty frustrating, not gonna lie. So you don't have a lot of time here. You can speed read these or pause it if you want. So in that, Private Charles Anderson on leave from duty and displayed intoxication in the manner not becoming of a member of the U.S. Army. Private Anderson was engaging with another soldier in a drunken argument. It is the opinion of the arresting officer that this would lead to a public brawl, and steps were taken to ensure that both were disciplined, basically. 10 days in the brig. Get wrecked. So there's a collectible in the safe as well. I don't think these count as a collectible. Nothing in this chapter counts as a collectible, but I think later in the game you come into this area when you're back on the ship as the main characters, and they count as a collectible then, or at least one of them does, but in here they don't. Monday, Arthur Miller, petty theft, one-day brig, small items belonging to senior officer found in Miller's locker, items recovered and returned to owner. Wednesday, David Davis, trespass 2 days brig found off limits in cargo hold 3A with no reason to be there, flagrant disregard for orders. Friday, PFC Lewis Brand, public intoxication, 1 day brig found drunk and acting improperly for U.S. Army personnel while on shore leave. Robert Reed, public intoxication, 1 day brig found drunk and acting inappropriately for U.S. Army personnel while on shore leave. Oh. So, I didn't have a choice there to read that.
Charlie.
Just kick this in.
How's your time off?
Just get me out of here already. What the hell's going on up there? I heard aircraft and gunfire.
Me too. And there was a corpse.
What?
In the sick bay.
Something's wrong. Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here. So there's a good example of areas in which you're sort of on a timer due to the AI. The AI will go through a certain place and get to a certain point, and you'll have to hurry up and get something done before it gets there. If you're playing co-op, however, you can just tell your mate to wait while you look around. I'll try it again to sort of let you guys know when those moments are coming up. So again, it doesn't matter if you mess this up, but it's good practice. Although this one is really slow, probably the easiest one in the game. And in my opinion, these parts are what make the game hard. Like making sure you nail the quick time events is easy with this guide, because I'm going to try my best to give you sort of a key so that you know what you've got to press. Obviously if you're playing on PC you can just watch what I press, but I'll put a key up on screen for PlayStation and Xbox, so you can know what you've got to press on those platforms. But if you're playing co-op, you've got to make sure you both nail those. However, the keep calm quick time events, you've both just got to get right, you know?
What was that?
If one of you messes those up, you're screwed. I keep repeating myself, I know, but I'm going to do it for those people who are playing co-op. Yeah, that's what makes it easier to do solo. It takes a lot longer to do, but less frustration, I guess. But bear in mind that if you do mess anything up, you can just complete the save and reload the chapter.
Joe! Help!
Each time you reload a new game, though, make sure you're doing it. If the game asks you to overwrite or create a new save, just pick new save. If it doesn't,
Fuck no.
don't worry about it.
You said it. Fubar and then some.
Like for instance with this Curators cut, you should just have to go new game, and then it'll ask you if you want to play the theatrical or the Curators and say Curators. Doesn't matter for that if you're playing co-op, but if you're doing this by yourself, it should just ask you when you go to new story whether you want to play Curators cut or not.
Another body.
It's kind of a...
Buckley.
Well,
Last time
Buckley's
I saw
dead.
him, he was fine. I mean, he was even jonesing for extra security detail.
At least he's
There we
not
go.
one of us.
He's dead. Yeah. It's a little bit of a marketing strategy, I guess, because not everyone has the Curators cut. So if you don't have the Curators cut, you're going to have to do this co-op. It's literally the only way you can do it, which is kind of weak. Although they did say that they're going to release the Curators cut to everybody in time. But if you haven't got that, I don't know what you would do. You can probably buy it though. I'd say you might be able to just buy the Curators
Is
cut.
it just me? Or are you getting a real strange feeling right now?
Do I look like a guy who likes to talk about his feelings?
Like a DLC or
Look
something.
like a mess on wheels, Chuck.
I ain't the only one.
Great. Hey, Chuck? You see that kid over there?
No. You feeling alright?
I know going through and getting all the collectibles was definitely a headache for me. I mean, this should make it a bit easier for you guys, but at the same time, man, like, it's a lot of work to get it all done, and figuring out exactly what you've got to do was just a ball ache. Squeaky chair.
Charlie!
So, you have a choice here on what to do. I don't think it really matters what you pick. I'm not sure if which one you pick will make it so that later in the game, when you're exploring the ship as the main characters, you'll see this guy's body in a different place, maybe. But it doesn't make a difference to anything. So it's about it, really. Honestly, doesn't matter what you pick. Stab him. And your boy has a heart attack. Like I said, doesn't matter what you pick. Feel free to do whatever you like. Yeah, because there's a scene later in the game where you're exploring that area as Fliss. And I don't know if you find his body in the locker.
Hello, can anyone out there hear me? Oh, come on! Come on, damn it! What the hell is that?
Big oof. Okay, so that's the intro done with. You got the Curators intro now, which is kind of long. Yeah, I'm going to do my best to explain everything that I can, as thoroughly as I can. I'm going to have to keep repeating myself, otherwise I know there'll be people complaining about it in the comment section. So just watch out for those areas that you may reach throughout this, that possibly if you're doing this co-op, they don't line up with what you're doing as to what I'm doing, just because in the Curator's cut and the theatrical cut, it makes me play both perspectives in certain areas, but it'll make you guys in your co-op playthrough play one half of it, and then you'll be playing the other half of it like separately. So if you see a part that I'm doing that you're not doing, just ask your co-op partner what they're doing exactly and what they see on screen, and just try and make sure you keep it lined up on the video. But I've got to include all of it because there will be people who are doing the Curator's cut, so they need to follow along everything with me. So although it does apply to the co-op run and the Curator's cut, it may just be a little bit out of place at times. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure I could help out everybody with this. So, also, I mean, I could have got someone to do this with me for a co-op run, but that would mean I've got to instruct someone on how to get all of the collectibles on their end while I'm getting mine, and in some areas it's timed, so it'd just be more of a headache to do it that way. Definitely. I did my best to make sure that the dialogue choices line up with the dialogue choices I made on the other side of things. There are certain points when the dialogue choices you make on both sides matter, so I've tried to make sure they line up, but for the most part, dialogue choices don't really matter that much. And in this run, there's a couple of instances where I didn't have control over what the AI was picking for dialogue, so we got, like I said, we had Julia die from not decompressing.
Interesting.
So, if you're playing co-op, that won't happen.
You've heard, I suppose, that there's been an adjustment. It's a one door closes, another opens sort of thing. Yes, the story's been told, but the truth of that story isn't fixed. Far from it. You see, a story can change a great deal when told from a different perspective. A chance to turn back the clock, walk in different shoes, make fresh choices. Perhaps take a few risks this time. Raise a little hell.
Okay. So, to the boat. Finally done with the intro. So in this section, you're going to play as Alex instead of Brad. And there's a few choices you make here that make it so that Alex asks Julia to marry him. And I think it's more on Brad's side, to be honest. And I picked those choices for the other run. If hopefully you've already done that, or your co-op partner is about to do it. Okay.
Think we got enough?
If we run out, we can always call for backup.
So, look. I've never been down there before.
Down?
The water, diving. Or maybe you could show me how the pros do it.
So, I went with the encouraging, but I think...
Dude, of course.
The AI chooses
I'm like practically
annoyed.
a dive master, man. But I gotta tell you, I'm tough. No special treatment. You gotta do exactly what I say.
So I gotta do what you tell me?
Yep.
So you're like my boss?
Kinda, yeah.
You gonna pay me? Whoa, careful. That dive cam is like super expensive.
Well, bro, be cool.
What?
Julia and Conrad are, you know, how do I say it? Super fucking loaded.
So?
So don't sweat the little stuff, man. It's not cool. Don't make me regret letting you tag along.
Dude, you know I'm not like the best around new people. Or whatever. Just shut up.
Okay, so go with supportive.
Brad, you're not on this trip because you're my bro. I mean, you are my brother, but I mean, like, we're buddies, you know?
Kinda.
Just out here to fucking hang, cool out, and kick it.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Let's just kick it and be legends, man. All right, amigo. Calvary's almost here.
Cool.
Sorry I'm a little snappy. I'm just... When you medical school would be stressful, you know?
Total shocker.
And man, the long distance thing with Julia, it's been rough.
Yeah, I got you. It must be tough. No worries, man.
Huh? Yep. Right on cue.
What?
Conrad doesn't think we have enough beer.
Ah, I guess I keep these in an undisclosed location.
Yeah. Hey. So, can I get your input on something?
Yeah, what?
Just, kind of a big thing I'm trying to make a decision about.
About finishing med school?
No, but it's just kind of a big life choice, you know? I don't know what's the right thing to do.
Go with your gut. If it's right, you'll know.
So, you don't really have a choice there, but the AI picked the right thing, which is good times. Hopefully, if your friend is watching the other video, they picked the right thing I told them to. Though that dialogue basically ensures that Alex and Julia get engaged.
Connie, this is Alex.
Hey.
What's up, man? Conrad. Watch it, sis. Lady killer, right here.
Good to finally meet you, Conrad. This is Brad, by the way, my little bro.
Hey.
Bradley! Feel like I already know you. I've heard so much about you.
Yeah, likewise.
Miss me?
Want to crack a cold one?
Okay, so went with romantic.
Every second.
That's a lot of seconds, cowboy. I mean, I would have gone with minutes. Way less needy. So, first dive, you and me? If you can keep up this time?
Compliant.
Yeah, of course. The whole reason we're out here to spend time together.
Well, I think it'll be perfect.
Okay. So I'm not sure which choices resulted in Julia not decompressing. Like I said, it doesn't matter. I'm going to keep repeating myself. It doesn't matter if you've already done the theatrical, because hopefully you've already saved everyone, you know.
Bucket skipper anyhow.
But if you're doing co-op, also that won't happen, because I'll make sure that the other co-op partner picks the right choices for it not to happen. But the AI makes those choices
at home, but,
in this run. And they picked wrong, damn
is
it.
everybody on board and ready to go?
So let me know if you're doing this yourself. And
You're selling, I'm buying.
you made it not happen, because I'm not sure what it is you have to do exactly, or if it's just scripted to happen, you know. Maybe it's one of those things you can't avoid. I'd be interested to find out. Because usually when you pick something that has some sort of bearing on the story,
That's it, get it all out.
you'll get a little icon in the bottom left of the screen.
Wanna go lie down?
Yeah. You know, maybe I should. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Let's see those hot pics.
What about over here?
Okay.
It's pretty far out of the way.
I'm just thinking about backup targets in case we don't find anything on the dive cam.
Listen, to be honest, I've never heard of this wreck you're looking for. Usually these things are crawling with divers.
Yeah. This one's different.
I'm just saying, if it gets too late, I know some nice places where you can just take...
So, scan through these pictures.
I'm so sure it would be here.
Pretty much all there is to it.
What are the odds we're really gonna find a needle in a haystack? I'm gonna go help Conrad and Julia with the camera. What you got?
Feast your eyes on this.
Brad's calculations were right on the money.
Always bet on Brad.
Kid's a whiz. We should thank him. Fliss, we found a plane.
Yeah?
Yeah, looks like World War II. We are ready to dive.
Technically, we should call this in to port authorities as an unreported wreck.
Well, technically.
Are you sure you don't want to do this the right way?
Wait, are you saying we shouldn't dive?
So I went with arrogant here, I think, because that's what was picked in the first run.
Come on, what is this, kindergarten?
I had to bring it up.
If we just go down and take a look, who's gonna know?
Fine. As long as you're quick. And don't touch anything.
I just can't wait to be the first one down there. Can you imagine? Untouched?
I tried my best to keep the conversations as close to the first run as
Be ready to
possible.
get you guys in the water in a few.
I'll set up the tanks. The boys will do the final checks. Take a look at the camera. See if you can find anything useful.
Righto.
Although,
Hey, maybe you should check on your bro.
like I said, I don't think a lot of the dialogue really matters. I mean, all that does is build the relationships between the characters, if that's what you're after. But I wasn't going for that in this run. I was just trying to do my best to save everyone. So, have a quick look at Fliss's ID if you like. That'll bring up an extra dialogue later, but I don't pick that dialogue anyway. I didn't actually want to pick that. I wanted to talk to Fliss. So I just backed out of it when I spoke to her.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
You know, we have rules out here for a reason. You guys gotta respect that.
So, I went with empathetic.
Ah, yeah. Sorry about that. My sis can be a little, intense.
That's one way to put it. There are laws here, and customs. You gotta respect that. These rules are all pretty basic stuff. How much experience do you have with these kind of dives?
I think I went with playful here.
Oh, I got experience. In all the right places, if you catch me.
Yeah, I caught it. And I tossed it back.
Damn.
You don't seem to give up easily, do you? For all you know, this could be a war grave. Disturbing it would be illegal and immoral.
So, I went with playful again.
You know, you're even more intoxicating when you're angry. And I am ready to get wasted.
You have literally never spoken to a woman before in your life, have you?
No.
It shows.
Right, so I was doing my best to try and get the best relationship between Fliss and Conrad. I think we got it. I think we managed to get it to the point where we got the achievement for it. But basically it just involves picking the nice options, picking the ones where you're not being a dick. That's pretty much it. I think it's the same between all the characters. I do point out the dialogues that are important. I mean, you can always follow me along all of them.
How you feeling? Shouldn't have had that beer.
Oof. So, here I went with relaxed.
No sweat, Bratty Shack. We be hanging up top. Should you care to join?
Yeah, I'll be up as soon as I... stop puke heaving.
Wow, I can't unhear that term.
So I did go back through and get all the collectibles that we did in the first run, if you're watching this for the second time round. I don't know, maybe you just missed some, but also for those people who are doing this co-op, any collectible you find does count for both of you. So the first one was that picture on the wall, but I just wanted to make sure, you know, we were completely covered on all the collectibles. And if you reach a point where I pick up a collectible and it's not there,
Hey, Connie,
it's probably because your co-op partner picked it up. So, right here I went with confident.
Hey, mind if I help you out a little?
1, why are you acting so weird? And 2, why are you offering to help for like the first time ever in your life?
Look, I was just thinking it might make a good first impression on the lovely Fliss.
Okay, now 3, don't call her the. She's a person, not a thing. And 4, do you ever even think about anything else?
Hey, ladies got a thirst, and I'm here to quench it. And what's with all the numbers?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Bro's afraid of math. And that's 5. Gotta say, not too happy with our captain at the moment.
So I went with, I think nonchalant, I'm not sure. Pretty sure it was nonchalant for this one. So I was trying to better the relationship between Fliss and
I'm a
Conrad.
stickler for the rules.
The word is bitch.
Hey, look, she's not gonna be down there with you. She can't stop you from doing shit.
Connie, you gotta keep it in your pants around Fliss. Just cool it with all your desperate pickup bullshit.
Desperate? Look, I could charm the fish from the sea, sister. Just you wait.
All right, I'm gonna get these rebreathers set up, and then we'll go through the final steps together.
Great. I'm gonna kick back and enjoy the sights for a little while. And by enjoy the sights, I mean I'm gonna ogle our captain like a grade A creep.
Yeah, I got it. Gross.
Hey, at least I'm honest.
Still gross.
Okay. So, now you can use the binoculars if you like. Just trying to see if you could talk to Alex, but you can't.
Not so simple.
Not a fat lot to look at through these. Right, so now we have to use the camera. I think this is what progresses everything. You have to look through the camera and get to the picture of the tail. And then eventually Julia will say that she's got the tanks set up, I think, once you're done with this. So I'd say leave this till last, so you've got the collectible and you've talked to everybody.
Tanks are ready.
There you go. She seemed to say that as I looked at that picture of the tail. And interacting with Julia now will make it so that this all kicks off.
So, this is the rebreather. Way cooler than a regular scuba setup. It takes all that CO2 that you'd normally just exhale into the water, and instead, it gets totally reused. Then it reduces decompression time on your way up. State of the art.
State of the art.
Okay. O2 check done. Whoa, Eager Beaver, you gotta check your O2 first.
Looking good, Jay. I'd like to take you underwater.
Hey, that's my sis you're talking about.
You know it.
Oh, hey, guys.
What? Jesus, why are you so loud?
I almost completely forgot. When I was looking at the dive cam, I saw this huge hole in the tail. Kablooey. That's your way into the plane.
Oh, nice work, man.
Thanks, Conrad.
Okay, you little clownfishes. I'm gonna go see what Fliss is up to.
You behave, Connie.
So in the theatrical run, Conrad doesn't say that. I'm guessing maybe the AI pics say nothing or something. But,
Looking for a first mate, Captain? You need look no further.
You just don't give up, do you? Are those two going in or what?
So I went with optimistic, I think, here.
Like, I know the wait is interminable, but soon it'll just be you and me.
Out of the frying pan? All right, kids. Good to go. Just remember the rules, please.
Why is she calling them kids? They look about the same age. You know what I'm saying? Right, so I think this is one of those points which I talked about earlier where the game makes me play through both perspectives. I'm not sure what happens here with co-op, whether one of you is playing as Julia and one of you is playing as Alex, or if one of you is playing as Julia and one of you is playing as Conrad on the boat. If that's how it goes down and you don't see what's going on with Julia right here, just skip ahead a few minutes to the part with Conrad. There's nothing really important there, but either way, if you're not seeing what I'm seeing, like I said, just skip ahead a few minutes and you'll find the right part, hopefully.
You good? More or less.
Because this does play out the same way as the theatrical cut did.
Tight.
She acts like we're going to ransack the plane.
Hey, a souvenir would be cool.
It's not like one tiny little thing would hurt anybody. I won't tell if you won't.
Not like they can scan the wreck every night at sundown. There. That shape. That's gotta be it.
Whoa. That is, like, way bigger than I thought.
Damn. It's pretty intact, too. This is a fucking remarkable find.
Let's swim around a little and find a way in.
Conrad said one of the pictures showed an opening.
Okay.
The turret. We can get in through there.
Let's go. QuickTime command here. Be ready. It's W for PC, triangle for PlayStation, and Y for Xbox. Oh no, it's A. Excuse me.
Careful. Could be dangerous.
So it's A for PC, square for PlayStation, or
First?
X for Xbox. My mistake. Apologies. It doesn't matter anyway. You can fail that one all you like.
Can I just
I'll
take
try.
a
I'm gonna have a key
second?
on the screen for all of them
Holy
anyway.
shit,
So
Alex, we did it. I mean, can you believe it?
So there's a picture there on the bottom left, and that shows you where Julia dies at the end of the game, which is a little strange. So up there is another collectible. Make sure you interact with that tube.
Julia, leave it. You'd have to take your gear off to get in there. Not worth it. That pipe's pretty tight. What if you get stuck without your rebreather?
Go with flippant here. That'll allow you to get in there.
Gonad. I'll be fine.
Gonad? Seriously? Am I dead? What's happening?
Live a little, edgelord.
Yeah, yeah. Right, so you're gonna have another QuickTime command in a second. I think it's A again, but best hold off to have a look. Yeah, so A for PC, square for PlayStation, X for Xbox.
You do something stupid down here, that's it. One chance, you get that?
Okay, so go with nonchalant.
Fine, see? No problemo.
I'm not sure if some of these choices, make sure you flip this over by the way to get your collectible unlocked. I'm not sure if some of these
Launched from a US base.
choices that we're making make it so
They're
that
on their way to help out a ship.
Julia doesn't decompress. Because I didn't have control over that in this run. You do in the theatrical cut, but not in the Curators. It's kind of strange, to be honest, because I feel like this
Bullet holes, all down the fuselage.
the whole point of this run,
Brad's
or the
gonna flip
Curators,
when he sees this.
is it gives you control of the co-op partner. Like it flips around the roles, right? But right here I'm playing the same thing and it doesn't give me that other choice. I don't know. It's strange.
They reconfigured the bomb rack to hold lifeboats.
Interesting.
All I know is that we
What
can
a
get all of the
rescue boat is
collectibles
missing.
doing this.
Think they were using it?
Let's see what else we can find.
So 2 collectibles there. You got that bullet on the right that we just grabbed and then that lifeboat rack on the left that we just looked at. Make sure you snag both of those.
Good God. Ugh. Ugh. He's holding something.
Like I said before, if you reach a section that you're not able to do, but your co-op partner is doing it, any collectible that either of you find counts for both of you.
What
So
the hell happened here?
don't
Those
worry.
Things, they knew they were goners.
Right. Moving on.
You hear that?
Let's check it out. Want to go first?
So, mash, mash, mash.
Ah, cheap piece of shit.
In we go. And providing... Oh shit. Providing you've got the camera,
I wet my wetsuit.
Life gives you lemons.
Ew.
you're going to get a collectible here, but we didn't have control of that in this run. That was Alex's responsibility.
Gotta be. Plane crash not high on my list of ways to perish.
Beep. Take a picture of that. And that's a collectible for you.
Easy now. This stuff's
Beautiful.
been down here a long time.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to move this thing, and then that should be pretty much this section done with.
Oh, Julia! Oh my God! Just don't touch anything else, please.
He's holding something.
Okay. So, like I said, I'm not entirely sure if the co-op
Howdy, Captain.
malarkey makes this happen.
You fancy a pint with your second in command?
You are not my second in command.
Third in command.
No.
Fresh and eager cabin boy.
Still a no.
Your well-paying, dashingly handsome, seafaring client is requesting the pleasure of your company over a frosty amber liquid.
So, we're going to go with the relaxed dialogue.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah, I'm not sure if this plays out like one of you plays as Julia, one of you plays as Fliss, or what, but in co-op, for instance, but whatever, man. Do what you can.
Here. Where'd you get the cash?
Go with Subdued.
It's a long story. It's complicated and it's really difficult to explain.
Well, I'm a complicated guy. Try me.
Well, it involves at least several trips to the bank and signing of big stacks of paper with large numbers on them.
So you took out a loan?
You know, you're smarter than you look.
If you're interested, maybe my family can make an investment in your business.
Okay. Appreciative.
That's very kind of you to offer. I suppose we could have that conversation. You know what? I better spend some time keeping the Duke of Milan shipshape.
Shipshape. Alright, so let's continue. Chat with Conrad.
You look like you're taking full advantage of your relaxation time.
I'm a man of many talents.
And we'll go with Playful.
Too bad charm is not among them.
Ah, but my charm is like a boomerang. You think it's gone right over your head until smack, you're out cold.
That makes no sense.
And then we'll go with Romantic.
I have to keep track of the dive, but I'd be happy to continue this conversation later when I can give you my full attention. In private?
Private? Just chatting it up, you and I, in the old conversational intercourse.
Right, so now we're going to go below deck and get a quick collectible. And it's in this room on the back left.
Knocked out by Cold Frosty.
Ah.
Man, I feel like such a wimp.
Talk to Brad first, I guess. So go with Sympathetic.
Hey, it's your vacation. You're allowed to overdo it.
I am officially starting a temperance club. Party of one. Lifetime membership. Hope the lovebirds are having the time of their lives down there.
And then we'll go with Concerned.
I hope they know what they're doing down there. Attitude matters 20 meters down.
Alex plays the goof, but he was pretty serious about acing his diving certification.
And Curious.
Are you close with your brother?
Known him my whole life. Julia's got Alex wrapped around her little finger.
Huh. Gotta get back up top. Check you later.
So I think I was trying to get into the back left room here to get the collectible then, but it selected Brad instead, whatever. Thought I'd just come in here, get that picture on the wall. Good times.
Why do I keep these around?
Nice. So, there's a letter in the drawer here you can read. It's not collectible though. Dear Miss Dubois, this letter is a formal notification that you are in default of your obligation to make regular payments on your personal loan. The loan holds a remainder of $24,783 with a sum of $3,481 payable by 1st of August 2019. This amount has been overdue since that date. You appear to have ignored multiple requests for payments or a discussion to reconsolidate your debt. Unless the outstanding amount, $3,481, is received by 30th of August 2019, we will have no choice but to begin the foreclosure process against your collateral, namely the marine vessel, the Duke of Milan. Please act accordingly. Oh dear. So basically, Fliss is in debt. Let's go. Okay, let's press the button.
Duke to Alex. Duke to Julia?
Okay. So, we basically just need to wait around until the boat shows up.
Guests.
So I went with Worried here.
Just relax. Do not mention we have people in the water.
What do you think they want? Maybe they're fishermen. I mean, maybe that's their buoy.
And I went with... I'm not sure what I went with here. Skeptical.
I don't know. Just be on guard.
Like I said, don't think it makes really a huge difference. But this must be one of those sections where one of you is playing as Fliss and one of you is playing as Julia. So even in the other run,
Weather looks clear.
I'm guessing that one of you didn't do this.
I'll have to keep an eye on those clouds.
But if you are doing this co-op, let your partner know if they get confused at a certain point. And they're like, oh wait, he's doing this bit, but I ain't doing it. Just communicate between each other what you're doing. And that'll make things go a little bit easier. Just let them know they might have to skip ahead a little bit. I know I keep repeating myself on that, but it's kind of necessary. If I don't, it's just going to cause more confusion and people are going to be moaning about it in the comments, I bet. Although you can't please everyone. There's probably going to be someone down there complaining about me saying it too much. Or something, you know.
What's that about?
Let's go with Say Nothing, I think I went with.
They're like coming right over to us.
What's weird here is I said not to say anything about the divers, and then I said worried, which is talking about the divers.
Keep back, we've got divers in the water!
Hey, we got damage here. You see this? Look at our boat.
We can take care of this, man. It's not a problem. What do you think? Like, $10 cover it? Oh, whoops, my bad. Let's make it 20. Well, shoot, you think it's more like 30? I can do 30. All right, you guys drive a hard bargain, but I'm with you. Here, let's just throw in the whole pot.
What a douche.
Let's go. No!
So,
I guess they didn't need the money.
Let's go with, amused?
The only thing funnier than watching you try to buy your way out of that situation is seeing your money go to waste.
I got a smile out of you. Worth every penny.
You're a piece of work, Conrad.
I'm not all work. I'm a little play, too.
Are you trying to flirt with me?
Is it working?
I don't even know what it is.
Well, when you think of something, I'll just be over here taking in the view, flirting up a storm, #wink.
Okay, I think they're on their way back up.
And I was getting used to it just being you and me.
We need to light the grill.
Oh, pick me. You can call me Grel Capitan.
You may light the grill, but I will never call you that.
So I wonder if there's a way to stop Conrad from blowing up the grill right now.
Oh, fuck!
Nope, obviously not. Or maybe you can tell him no or something? Didn't have a choice there, did we? It shows us this right here. We put out the fire. It's pretty much the only choice we have.
Damn, Fliss, I'm sorry.
So here I went with restraint.
This is my fault. My boat, my fault.
So yeah, there's a conversation that Alex and Julia have down there.
Hey, what the hell is going on?
Hey, JJ, don't worry about it.
We didn't get to have that, so I had no choice whether Julia decompresses or not. So I went with accusatory, I think.
Oh, nothing. Your brother just took it upon himself to blow up my grill.
Conrad, what is wrong with you? So, why are you paying the ocean?
I think I went with approving.
A fishing boat came by and got damaged on the dive line.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah. They were being a little surly about it, so Conrad made it rain and they pissed off.
Whatever. Who cares, right? What I want to know is, what'd you guys find?
Well, we found the plane, and it is huge, full of cool stuff.
Oh my god, you guys! Can you all just shut up for like 1 second?
Holy shit! Dude, bro, congrats!
Nicely done. Come up and let's celebrate.
So like I said, I don't know how to make it so that Julia doesn't come up from the dive too fast. You find out in this chapter that she does. And if you play in co-op, you'll have the choice there, but I didn't. Curators back.
You're getting to know these intrepid adventurers then. Alex and his little brother Brad, trying to swim with the big fish. Both seem out of their depth. And Julia, the love of Alex's life, and he the love of hers. What about Conrad? A bold fellow, you might say. Or maybe you'd say arrogant. And then there's Captain Fliss, strong, forthright, stubborn. Do I detect a spark between her and Conrad? Let me reassure you. You help them to make some decisions they'll value later on. And some I think they may regret.
Right. Back to it then.
So, we're like 10 seconds out of the jaws of certain death.
Well, certain, I mean, that's relative.
And this meatball...
Meatball?
This meatball pulls a ring out of God knows where.
Yeah, where did you hide the ring?
A lady never tells.
Oh, needless to say, this lady was impressed.
Well played there, man, no?
Wasn't Conrad gonna get us some more beers after he helped Fliss?
Maybe he decided, hey, I'll drink some, and then he got drunk. And since he was drunk, he forgot to bring it to us. And he just kept on drinking, and he drank all of it.
Sounds like you've had some experience with this kind of phenomenon.
Yeah, I've been studying it for years.
I'll go look for him.
Oh, we found a bullet lodged in the plane.
Huh.
I left it below deck if you want to check it out.
Okay. So, there's a collectible right here. And it worked for me first time when I picked it up in the Curators cut. But when I was picking it up in the theatrical cut, it didn't work. So I don't know if this is a collectible that you're supposed to get as Brad, either in co-op or in the Curators cut. But that got it unlocked first time for me. I've heard that one's bugged, and if you're playing in the theatrical cut, then you need to quit. If that doesn't unlock, you need to quit the game and reload it, like completely shut down the game. Don't just go back to the main menu, shut down the game, and then open it back up. It's secret number 20. You can see it over there. I was trying to look for it. Yeah, for some reason that one's bugged. Apparently 4 out of 5 times that won't unlock, but it unlocked first time for me as Brad, so that tells me that it's meant to be collected as Brad for a secret, but people have said that you can collect it as Julia in either the theatrical cut or the other side of the co-op mode. It just doesn't unlock most of the time. So yeah, you might want to try that out if you're trying to get that done, but I just found it easier to get this time around, or if you're doing co-op, obviously your partner can just grab it here. Simple enough. Alright, polite. Ahem.
Yeah. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, yeah, the beers. I was just getting them now.
So I think if you don't say anything there,
Nothing to worry about, sis.
Julia
Them beers.
will come down and she'll have some dialogue. And I think that's what happened in the theatrical cut, so that may play out a little bit differently if you're doing co-op. But if you say nothing, then Julia will come down and get dialogue options. But again, it doesn't really matter. But
let's take a look at the navigator's pad we found. Maybe we can figure out why the plane was out here.
Where'd you put it?
It's in your case.
Okay, I'll go get it.
Hey.
So, go with Jiri.
Congratulations again, dude. Seriously. I'm really happy for you guys.
Can't believe I actually did it.
Impressed?
Why'd you do it on the dive?
I wanted it to be memorable. Just not that memorable.
I have to hand it to you. Popping the question on the bottom of the ocean like that is pretty romantic.
And then, sentimental.
Never thought you were the settling type. I'm proud of you, bro.
I couldn't have done it without such a good bro.
Bro. Wait, what do you mean?
You told me to follow my heart.
One, I'm not that sappy. And two, I was talking about med school.
Still, we're over the top, bro.
Didn't you tell him to go with his gut?
So, we're going again tomorrow?
So here I was trying to match up the dialogues and I went with, I think, nervous.
Yeah. It seemed a little too dangerous for my blood.
Don't sweat it. I'll go down with you and we'll be fine. I'm gonna go find Julia.
Right.
Bradder for Brayson Lee. You got a girlfriend?
So here I went with subdued.
Not my strong suit.
Hey, nothing to be ashamed of. We all hit our stride eventually. Me, I popped out full sprint, dragged my mom right off the table.
Ew. Dudes make too big a deal out of getting girls.
Yeah. What's the big deal about girls? I don't get it.
Well, they're quite good in bed. I'm just saying, let it happen naturally. Don't force it.
Go with curious.
What about you? Are you, with anybody?
What happened before? That's not really your business, Brad.
Right here.
Oof.
Hey, whoa there, sailor.
Excuse me?
Careful. If you did decompress too fast, then you should go easy on the beer.
Alex, I'm fine. I think if I got the bends, I would know by now.
Not always. Sometimes the bends can be super delayed. It could be hours or a day or two.
The bends?
Yeah, it's when you come up from a dive too fast.
Oh, yeah. Decompression sickness.
Nerd.
Little nitrogen bubbles that get stuck in your bloodstream.
Hurts like a bitch.
It's really serious. Divers get sick and die from decompression sickness every year.
And that is why the good Dr. Conrad says drink them if you got them, because either you're fine or you're going to want a little something to ease the pain.
Julia, I'm telling you not to drink any alcohol right now.
Oh, come on. Telling you? Take orders from this guy? Just drink a beer.
Beer o'clock.
So yeah, we didn't have a choice in that. So hopefully that doesn't happen for you in co-op.
Manchurian gold. Who wants to find some sunken treasure? So what do you think, Captain? Coordinates?
Those are coordinates, all right.
Maybe the plane's destination?
You think we could get there by tomorrow?
It takes a couple hours if the weather stays steady.
Wow. You find anything else?
There was a flight plan on board that seemed to indicate it was a rescue plane.
Yeah, that makes sense. After the war, they turned long-range bombers into rescue planes.
And then this plane must have been shot down because it was riddled with bullet holes. I found one lodged in the fuselage.
Huh.
And it was full of life rafts. Must have gotten shot down before they could deliver all the rafts. There was only one missing.
From the photos Alex took, you can see the flight badge on one of the corpses. That means the crew was from the Conwin Island, smack dab in the middle of the Pacific Theater. Called it.
Reckless, all of you.
Excuse me?
I told you to leave everything down there alone.
Oh, come on. We've been through this already.
I'm not talking about the law.
No, hey, they were respectful.
No, you did whatever you wanted. Whatever you took, it was too much.
Oh, come on. No one knows we've even been down there. And I don't think ghosts can talk.
You Americans are all the same, huh? No respect for anyone else's traditions. You should have never gone down to that plane in the first place. It's bad luck. You think you can scavenge down there and it makes no difference, but every single thing you bring back has an essence. It's like a ghost you invite to the surface.
Here we go.
Huh. I never thought about it like that.
You never think about much of anything.
Well, maybe I never heard about such cool ghost stories.
They're not cool ghost stories. Not like for fun. People drown in these waters and you have to respect their resting place.
Damn straight. Brad, you got a fun ghost story, right?
So, go with confident here.
Yeah, I heard a story. Happened right around here, too.
Let's hear it. We could all use a good show.
Let's hear it. I bet you can spin a good yarn.
It's kind of messed up, actually.
Scare away, little bro.
Okay, here goes. This story is true. It had happened right near here, in an old lighthouse.
Classic setup.
Wait, true story? Where'd you hear this?
So, go with serious.
If you need to know, it's ripped right from the rotting pages of the terrifying, ancient in-flight magazine I was perusing on our way here. The lighthouse stood atop an atoll, isolated from the rest of the world, a lone beacon in the night, a sailor's respite. The lighthouse keeper would hear the waves pounding the rocky shore. One misty morning, he comes upon a woman, covered in blood. She's stumbling down the beach. He hurries to her aid, and she falls into his arms, sobbing. As he hurries her back to the lighthouse, he asks where she's from.
He doesn't waste any time. Smooth.
The woman answers, I live here, in the lighthouse. My parents are upstairs right now.
Twist.
Of course, the lighthouse keeper says, that isn't so. Of course, he's lived there alone for years. And the woman becomes hysterical and insists her parents are upstairs. So, they go to the top of the lighthouse, and there, splayed out on the floor, is a man and a woman brutally murdered with an axe.
Always an axe. I mean, do people even use axes anymore?
Okay. So go with
Okay, fine.
indignant.
Then it was a meat hook. They were slashed with a meat hook and hung from the rafters.
So gross.
Okay, so who did it?
So go with playful.
So the woman, she's still hysterical, says her husband did it. And he's still here. In the closet.
Ha! The husband, eh? So is this a warning to all future brides?
Hey, no backseas. You're locked in.
So the lighthouse keeper creeps over to the closet, opens the door, and, sure enough, there's a man inside. But he's sliced out his own insides with a meat hook. Horrified, he looks closer to see the dead man's face in the dark. Closer. Closer. And he sees it's his own face. And then its eyes bulge out and screams.
So gross.
Hey-oh, super twist.
Nice.
Nice one, Squire.
Oh, come on. That wasn't scary.
Heavy on the cheese there, corn dog.
Okay, you've all had your fun. We should all turn in. There's some weather heading our way.
No, because according to standard vessel regulation, we're all required one more beer before hitting the hay.
What regulations are these?
It's standard issue regulatory institutional protocol subdivision 1099.
Uh-huh. Where'd you read that?
The internet.
Oh, so you found a website that tells you to drink beer under every circumstance.
I'm just following orders, ma'am.
I'm into this website.
10-4, good buddy.
And I'm out.
Right, so we got some quick time events coming up. Actually, I think there's only one as Alex here. So punch him in the face. And we're all together. Okay. Alright, shut up, Julia. So we're playing as Alex here, but Conrad's gonna ungag Fliss. And we're gonna ungag, I think, Julia first? Get that off. Ladies first, I guess. And we're gonna ungag Conrad, I think. Bam.
Hey! Hey! Damn it! Stop it!
Uh-oh.
Free.
Hey, so, good news, bad news.
Bad news? I don't see how this could get any worse.
The bad news is these are kind of maybe the fishermen I pissed off earlier.
Oh, god damn it, Conrad.
Great, just great. And the good news?
I recognize them.
How is that good news?
I thought you were gonna ask the good news first.
You're such an idiot, Jesus.
Wow. So, try and untie Conrad.
We have to get free, like now. Oh, no dice.
Shit.
Okay, so the AI picked to go investigate here, but in my other run we picked to try and get untied. So I think the AI picks to talk to Julia then, in the theatrical cut run we did. When you're Alex. Oh, sorry, when you're Conrad. Get dodged. And kick him in the shin. Oos.
Fuck out.
I'm pretty sure...
For you later.
I'm pretty sure that those QuickTime events there, because you get to dodge a punch as Conrad and you get that kick as Alex, they don't matter. But I'll still put those keys up for you in case you want to get them all right. There are achievements tied to, like, getting so many QuickTime events in a row or something, getting them right. So, things get a little bit complicated here on co-op. Because...
What's happening? Can you see it?
what exactly you try and do depends on Alex. I went with shocked here.
God, Julia. They're beating the piss out of Conrad. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah, we do. So...
What are they talking about?
Who gives a fuck? I'm gonna kill every one of them.
Uh-oh. Let's go with... not sure what I picked. Curators. There we go. Easy enough.
Because she's the captain.
So what?
They want to figure out if anyone knows we're out here. Oh, ah, I got it.
So if you're playing co-op here, one of you's Alex and one of you's Conrad.
Always pack a good cuticle clipper.
So you are separated for this point. Did a little bit more research, and it seems that the dialogues don't always line up for co-op mode. Like one person, like these videos don't represent one-on-one, you know what I mean? Like it'll be mixed up. So if you are doing this co-op, you're gonna have to watch both videos. But I did mention that in the intro. Just gonna have to keep an eye on who's playing as who.
Wait, no! Alex!
Yoink.
Let her go! You bastards!
At first,
Dipstick.
shut the fuck up.
Fuck up.
At first I thought that the Curators cut,
They haven't hit Fliss.
the Curators cut was basically a representation of
Getting buddy with him.
the other side of co-op, you know? So, here pick, worried?
Did you see my brother?
No. But I'm sure he's fine. These guys probably just want money or something.
Alright. Turn around.
So the AI picked the other thing, to what we did in theatrical.
Into your hands. Once we get Julia back, maybe we could take them by surprise. Okay, they're coming.
Okay.
Fuck. Motherfuckers.
Curator. Right, so I went with worried here.
Hey, are you okay? What did he do to you?
I'm fine. They didn't touch me. They asked about our parents.
What?
How much money they have. Alex, I'm so sorry.
What? What is it?
They took my ring.
Julia.
Oh no.
It's okay. It's okay.
Now we just have to wait and see what they want to do with us.
So, at this point, if you're doing the Curator's cut, things work out a little bit differently. You need to make sure that you send or you tell Conrad to take him out. It doesn't matter so much in co-op because you can just mess up the quick time commands.
Storm's 8 miles away.
But
We came here on a boat. Maybe we can take it.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
Yeah, it's a speedboat.
The main guy here. He's got a gun.
So if you pick go for the boat, Conrad will escape. We don't want him to escape, so pick confident.
Take him out.
We should just rush him. Take the gun. They can try to fight back, but if we had the gun, they'd be forced to surrender. 7 seconds. I can get out through the window. We gotta break these off first.
Too loud. They'll hear it.
We're gonna break them during the thunder.
Good call.
I climb out the window, climb around the side, and hit them from there.
We'll take them from the other side. Don't leave us here, okay? Okay, let's do it.
So if you're playing co-op, it doesn't really matter because you can just mess up the quick time events and get caught, which is what you want. But if you're doing the Curator's cut like I am, the AI just messed up that, by the way. You want to hit this on 6. Yeah, if you're doing this on your own,
Go to the other side. We'll hit them together.
make sure you tell Conrad to take them out. Otherwise, he will escape on the boat.
Hey, it's an emergency.
You need to get this quick time event correct, otherwise Brad will be discovered, so make sure you get this right. Stab him in the neck. If you miss that, yeah, Brad gets found in the other room. So I just went with spiteful here for the fun of it.
Stop, you're struggling. You want me to cut you? Huh? Stay back.
So,
Keep your eyes open.
providing that you've told Conrad to go for to take him out, he'll get caught here. But in co-op, just go for the boat and miss the quick time event. Either way, as long as you mess up the quick time stuff, Conrad's gonna get caught and not killed.
Now!
Alex, this is crazy.
So just go with you win right here.
You win.
Bring them downstairs.
And then we're good.
Take this. Use it if you have to.
Yeah, man, it's a bit weird how it plays out differently in Curators, but there's nothing I can do because if you send him for the boat, Conrad just obviously bullies the quick time events and gets away.
Over there.
We don't want that.
You, right here.
We need Conrad to stay.
Now.
Need. So if Conrad isn't with you at this point, you done goofed.
Stop! Ferme-la, ou je te mets mon poing dans la gueule.
Okay. So we got some quick time events coming up.
Come here.
Not too far off, just after these next couple of dialogues.
Which one of you is gonna tell me about this Manchurian gold?
Manchurian gold. So, you're gonna have a couple of dialogues and then quick time events, mate. So here I was trying to match up the dialogues to the theatrical.
Conrad, you gave me your best shot.
All right, shut the fuck up!
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, give me a break with that gangster shit.
I don't think you fully comprehend the severity of your situation, sister.
I didn't have to pick that. Or I didn't
I'm just gonna say,
get that the first time round.
Fliss has got to be in on this. She and these guys, they travel in the same waters. She's the captain and they barely laid a hand on her? I bet you told them about the Manchurian gold. They're in cahoots.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. I just lost everything I have, and this is what you think?
You're all in this together. This was a trap, and you set us up.
Yeah, asshole!
Uh-oh.
Put a cork in it.
Right, quick time. It was D, so that's B on Xbox, circle on PlayStation.
Come with me.
Hey, leave her alone.
So, I'm not sure if you can get
What the hell is going on, Alex?
Alex shot here. But, I mean...
Julia, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, but it seems very possible nothing else is.
I was just trying to be nice to Julia here. And then I went again with talk.
Hey, that's enough. No talking. This ain't summer camp.
Couldn't talk at summer camp either.
So, I tried to talk to him.
No. Ain't talking to you.
And I went with say nothing right here.
Weren't you gonna say something?
Just shut up.
Yeah, we don't want to get shot, you know what I'm saying? So, it doesn't matter if you get hit in the face with that frying pan, but I missed that quick time command and it just made me chuckle, so I thought I'd leave it in. But that's W on PC, triangle on PlayStation, Y on Xbox.
Fucking idiot! We'll all drown in here!
Get out!
Frying pan to the face. It's on the edge too, that shit's gonna hurt me. That's a skull cracker. So go to help Julia heal. You know it makes sense.
Hey,
Fliss is waiting for us.
move it! Now!
Thanks, I guess. Anyone know about Brad? Is he hiding somewhere?
I don't know where he is.
Okay, keep a lid on it. It could be our ticket out.
Okay. So,
Brad
confident.
stays hidden. Better off down there than with these psychos.
Oh yeah, great. He could get killed down there.
Brad's a big boy. He'll be okay. And it's probably better for us if he stays put for now.
Right. And that's that guy that got the oof earlier. At the beginning of the game. Whoa. Oof. Oof again. So, to the boat.
Everyone's still alive.
Damn straight.
Things could have been quite different. Kind-hearted creature I am, I'd like to offer you some forewarning of what's to come. Tempted?
I was not going for the hints here.
You're going it alone. Independent. Admirable. Possibly foolish. We'll learn soon enough. Anyway, now that you've reached a point of significant distress, I presume you're eager to get back to your story. But here's the thing. Everything may not be entirely as it seems. Probably shouldn't have said that.
We get it, you're a drunk. Keeping flasks in books and shit.
La porte! La porte! Vite! La porte!
What he said. Basically, get on the boat.
Junior, retire la tête d'allumage.
Didn't even let him bring shoes.
What the hell is wrong with me?
Merde. Mais on est où là?
Jesus.
Nope. No thanks.
Moving.
Okay, so playing as Julia here. So there's something you can pick up on the right side here. But don't pick it up now. You can pick it up as Brad later and have a read if you like. Well, that is if you're playing co-op. I don't know if you'll get to play as Brad. It'll be Brad or Fliss, but best way to do this is just to keep an eye on what character you are. If you're playing as Comrade at the moment, flip over to the other video, and vice versa. It's weird how co-op works. It doesn't really accurately represent theatrical or Curator's cut. Like, it mixes it up. It's definitely going to take you less time if you're doing co-op, but that's going to make it a headache if you're trying to follow along in co-op, if you ask me. Getting the quick time events right with both of you and
I did not sign up for a trip to Creektown.
making sure you're watching the right part of the video all the time. I mean, it can be done, don't get me wrong. It would piss me off though if I was doing this with a partner and they messed up their quick time event, so it meant we got locked out of collectibles. Just saying. So I'm guessing a lot of people are going to watch this for collectibles. There are still guides around, but I did one for Until Dawn a while back. Oh, there's a collectible here on the right, by the way. If it's not here, and you're doing co-op, it's because your co-op partner just picked it up. You're covering Patterson's guard duties tomorrow. He is sick again. Conveniently, it's always when he has guard duties in hold 3A, first to 2400. Check the chart for rotation. Flip it over to get your collectible. Again, this is the third time this week. None of us like it down there. Maybe Patterson should buck up. Damn. Right. So, yeah, if either of you collect a collectible in co-op, it gives it to both of you, so don't worry too much about that. Also, whoever does pick up that collectible has an extra dialogue.
All of you.
Yeah. Whoever does pick up that collectible has an extra dialogue with Alex in this next room. I think it may depend on which one of you picks it up, so
Give us the light! Oh.
So, you'll have a quick time command coming up. As I think Fliss here. No? Okay, maybe not. Mistaken. Maybe that's later.
What is this fucking place?
Dude, even those meatheads seem spooked.
So, I went with probing.
You think this ship is the Manchurian gold?
We are in the vicinity of those coordinates.
We can't just sit around. We need a plan.
We're not exactly in the best position to be making any moves.
The second they let their guard down, we gotta take advantage of it and get off the ship.
I know, man, but I don't know if I got much in me. They knocked me around pretty good.
So, go with confident.
We'll get you out of here, Conrad. Don't worry.
We gotta get back to the boat and find Brad.
What happened to him?
No idea.
They swiped our distributor cap. Gonna be difficult to get anywhere without it.
So can't we just, like, hotwire it or something?
You cannot hotwire a distributor cap. Okay, these assholes knew exactly what they were doing.
While those guys are out panning for Manchurian gold or whatever they think they're gonna find on this floating coffin, we gotta take advantage and look around for a way out of here. Fliss, I just wanted to say that, I might have gotten things kind of wrong back there.
Excuse me?
I may have kind of prematurely come to the conclusion that maybe, you know, you're working some kind of side deal with these guys, or whatever. But I mean, obviously that's not true. They're being just as bad to you as they are to us, so, yeah.
Allow me to translate. He's saying that he's sorry.
Well,
Well, your apology is kinda accepted.
Cool. Cool.
Right. So, there are two collectibles in this room. One is over here, on this table. Let's have a quick read, why not? Hi baby doll, I miss you like crazy. 3 months until my next leave and jumping into your arms. 3 months. I've been on some shore leave with the guys. Had a few beers, but don't worry. I'm keeping everything ready for you if you catch my drift. How's work? I hope that boss of yours is leaving you alone. I know you can take care of yourself, but I feel helpless being so far away and I want to keep you safe.
Yeah.
I get a lot of time to think while I'm guarding the cargo holds. It's dark and spooky down there. Some of the other guys have seen a figure roaming around, but I've always got you with me to keep me safe too. I'll be with you soon and get a job as a mechanic, and we can get married and have 2 children. We'll be happy together forever. Love you so much, Miller. X. Or kiss. So, those guys are having a little chat over me there. It's a bit frustrating, but whatever. So, there's another collectible in this room. This isn't a collectible. You can just have a look at it if you want. Have a little loosh. And yeah, the other collectible is on the table. Just over here, it's a newspaper. I know you've probably already got these if you're playing theatrical, or if you've played that video, but we'll just get them both. Archaeologists missing in Iraq. 24 British archaeologists have gone missing in the Zagros mountain of Iraq. The Hudson expedition arrived in the kingdom in September last year with the stated goal of unearthing the ... Okay, so you can talk to Alex now. You don't want to click on that filing cabinet before you talk to him. Some extra dialogue. I think the only person that can have this dialogue is the one that got that collectible in the last corridor.
I found a letter. A really weird letter. Some of the crew were really wigged out by the cargo.
Wigged out? By what?
The guy Miller who wrote it says he saw figures roaming around.
Figures? Ooh, spooky. Like ghosts?
He said he thought the rest of the guys were just trying to scare him.
What the hell was actually going on?
So,
Not sure what I went with here. I think it was unsettled. Yeah, unsettled.
There's definitely something creepy about this place. This letter's just proof that someone else felt it too.
Something just feels wrong About this whole ship.
I picked this up in the bunk room. Sounds like this guy is mad at another guy named Patterson for playing sick to get out of guard duty in one of the holds. I guess it's like the third time that happened. They really must not have liked it in the cargo hold. Yeah, the cargo hold, what the hell, right?
Maybe it's just a shitty place to work.
Or it could be something horrible.
Look, we really need to focus on getting out of here. That's it, okay?
So it's agreed. We'll take scenic tour of the cargo hold off the itinerary. I just wish I knew what the fishermen were planning.
Okay, so I think I went with hopeful here. Oh no, apprehensive.
These guys do not seem like the planning type.
I heard them say something about robbing the Duke, that this whole thing was just supposed to be a robbery, but once they heard about the gold, they went and got in over their heads.
Worrying's not gonna help. We gotta figure out how to get out of here. So, what do we do?
Okay, so I went with confident.
Escape is our only option. Kidnappings rarely end well, even if they think there's a ransom.
Hate to break it to you, but I'm not a rich girl, so it's not like they have much ransom for me.
We gotta find Brad too. Okay, well we're not gonna do anything from in here. We need to keep looking around and try to find a way out.
I'll take a look around.
So, I think I did this in the wrong order. It doesn't really matter, but there's two things you can interact with over here. You've got this picture with a nameplate underneath it. And the door you can look at. But go and interact with the filing cabinet first. Move that out of the way, and then Alex is going to try and mess with it. But you do get some dialogue there, so I don't know if you want to hold off. Maybe you could skip a minute ahead and come back. Or you can just do it the same order I did and wait. It doesn't really matter, but it's just a little longer. Kind of looks like the screen is flashing in certain points of this, but I think that's the character blinking.
Je sais pas, cet endroit est bizarre.
Olson, on devait seulement les voler, et là on se retrouve coincé sur ce rafio de merde qui pue la mort. Et on a des prisonniers. Ça va trop loin tout ça.
Vos gueules. Fermez-la tous les deux. Je suis votre capitaine, et je vous ordonne d'obéir à mes ordres.
Okay, so now we go and look at the filing cabinet. I should have done this sooner, but never mind.
Hey, take a look.
Right, so I'm going to have some dialogue here. Alright, look at these glasses, pass some time. Eventually, Alex will call you over and you'll be able to have that dialogue with him. It sort of takes a minute for him to mess around with this grate. That's why it's a good idea to look at the filing cabinet first, then go look at the door, I guess. There we go. And he's done.
How's it looking?
I can't get it open.
Come here.
Maybe we can bend it open and get out of here.
Whoa, we don't know where an event like this would go. Wherever it leads, it can't be worse than here.
You want me to just smash through this wall?
Go with resentful.
Oh yeah, sure. Big man on campus.
Someone should create a distraction. This is gonna be loud.
I think if you pick the choices that I have, you get the achievement for unlocking Jessica's trait. I'm not sure what trait it is, but...
okay. Conrad, you do it.
Go with approving on that second dialogue choice. Yeah, I think that's an achievement for unlocking a certain trait of Jessica's. I might have a look at that really quick. Let's have a check.
Yeah, you, Long John Silver and shit. What are you guys doing out there? Pieces of 8 and shiver me timbers, you one-legged fuck faces. Yeah, no, you. I'm gonna rip your pirate parents off your shoulders and stomp them into rainbow-colored stew. I'm warning you. I am an American
unlock
citizen.
Julia's spoiled
you really want
trait.
my president coming after you guys, because he will. Each and every one of you, personally. Hey, can you hear me? I'm talking to you. Hello?
Okay. So you're going to have to do the stay calm quick time event here because Conrad has the choice, and because I'm doing Curators we don't have the choice, so he doesn't pull it closed. If you fail this, Fliss gets taken, but I don't think that matters because she gets taken in a little while anyway, and it winds up just the same. But if you get this right, it's all good. If you play in co-op, just select to recover the vent. Saves you having to go through that stay calm thing.
Are we safe now?
Stay quiet. We need to keep going. Look at that. I love what they've done with the place.
Come on. There's gotta be some stairs around here.
Okay, moving on, and we're still controlling Julia. So there's a collectible in this room. I know if you've gone through theatrical, it's boring to go through and get the collectibles twice, or watch me get the collectibles twice, but just for those people who are doing co-op, you know. Extra guard duty regulations. Due to the special security precautions of this mission, additional procedures must be adopted by soldiers on guard duty. Double guard duty on all doors and all watches. No talking, no playing of games, no smoking, no alcohol, no gambling. Guard personnel found breaking any of these regulations will be met with the sternest of punishments, up to and including court-martial. By order of the captain forward. Guys, nobody's allowed into 3A. Seriously, nobody. Okay. Moving on. Oh, I think I accidentally clicked on that again. Back out. Let's go. I wouldn't blame you if you've already done the theatrical cut, just speeding up the video to like 2 times, just to make sure you don't have to sit here for as long watching me do collectible stuff. But I suppose if you follow along again, you can just ensure that you've got them all. There should only be a few collectibles that you don't get throughout this run, minus the ones that we had to get, that you can't get when you save everyone.
I don't know where the hell they all went.
There should have been dozens of people on board. Hundreds.
How could they all just vanish?
So I don't think
Doesn't add up.
don't think there's any collectibles in here. This doesn't count as a collectible, but why not, right? Cargo hold. Moving on. I wonder how fast I could complete this game. I'm honestly interested in doing a speedrun. I don't think anyone's done one yet. I know there are some speedruns of Until Dawn. So you need to come into the toilets here and walk along to Julia's left or your right, and there's a note at the very end. Also, I will read this first before I tell you. Dear Eels, I'm finally coming home. This is it, darling. One last trip across the Pacific and I'll be back to you and the girls. I can't wait to see your faces. Tell Ned and Nancy to get excited. They're going to see Daddy real soon and he's got gifts for y'all. I'm sure glad to be back at sea. It's hotter than an Oklahoma summer out here on land and there's no escape from it. I've been alright because I got your letters to keep me going. They sent to them, which is probably for the best because sometimes the others steal them to read and I don't like them reading our letters. I know, it really creeps me out. He keeps telling me there's a little boy on board and it sounds like Ted. I know he's just messing with me. There ain't no way we got a stowaway. Our ops guys are far too slick now the war is over. I bet they'll let this little bit out, but it shows what a place can do to a guy. I gotta go for now, honey. There's some commotion outside. That usually means I'm about to be real busy for a while. I'll write again soon, Kenny. Kiss, kiss. Alright, sorted. So yeah, if you escape as Conrad on the boat when you walk in through this toilet as Alex, I mean, she gets that little jump scare there. but Alex gets a jump scare in the toilet. There's like a guy sitting in the toilet who turns around and looks at you. And you don't get that as Conrad or Julia, which is
I just
kind
can't
of cool.
believe this is happening.
What the hell happened to Brad?
You think he's still on the Duke?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Okay. Creepy. Moving on. So, as a collectible in this room, you have to keep going here and walk around to the left. This is one that both of you can look at if you're playing co-op, because the character doesn't collect it, they just read it and put it down. Although, ideally, only one of you needs to read it. Okay. So, June 19th, identified the problem areas with structural brittleness and cracks in some sections of cargo hold 1. I instructed our shipwright to carry out the necessary welding repairs. I advised the captain to go easy, especially in bad weather. Any aggressive movement could cause the ship to break its back. June 20th, I responded to a complaint that some electronic equipment had been malfunctioning recently. I discovered growths of tin whiskers around some of the components. I cleaned out added lead to solders, which has stopped the equipment from breaking. I think that's it. June 21st, I conducted a thorough weekly engine room inspection of fuel, oil and fluid, which showed lower levels of cylinder oil than I expected. I have reminded staff in the engine room to be attentive and vigilant with their hourly checks as to alert our engineer if there is any loss of pressure. June 22nd, the ship was caught in a heavy electrical storm, which began shortly after midnight. The lightning strikes caused a lot of electrical arcing travelling through hoisting cables aloft deck, which has left damage. The grease has boiled up and destroyed some of the cabling. I've received reports that the main problems caused by the storm are with electrical equipment at the moment. It's likely the tin whiskers haven't helped matters. Despite the rough sea, there have been no reports of any structural damage. However, I'll work through the night to make full damage assessment. Done and done. Okay. Collectible collected. Oh god, I picked it up again. Now back out. I think I may have picked it up here to check that it actually gave me the secret found message. So I flipped through the pages again because I thought maybe there was another page, but no. I'm pretty sure there's only 2 pages in each of the books that you pick up. Right, moving on. Through the door, please, Julia. Stop walking to the side. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So, there's another collectible in this room. Over on your left side, you can pick up the rat skull here. Also talking about separate jump scares. If you're playing as, I think, Alex again, and you pick up this rat skull, when you go to put it down, he gets a separate jump scare, like an arm jumps out and grabs him from across the table. Doesn't happen as Julia and Conrad. You have to get Alex to escape to be able to play as Conrad. You have to get, Conrad to escape to be able to play as Alex, or get him killed. Thursday the 12th. The skipper has KO'd the booze for this whole goddamn trip. There's nothing like being sober to make you realise just how quiet this ship is. There was a fight between those dumb schmucks, Wilson and Anderson, right after we sailed, but Ferris nipped that in the bud real quick, and it's been quiet as a church ever since. I got talking with a fellow who had helped load up the ship. He told me they put a bunch of coffins on board, which isn't so weird maybe, but he said there was some guy who made sure the coffins were all put in one of the holds just right, real precise, not the treatment you'd get if you were any old grunt. It got me thinking, who could it be in those boxes? Friday the 13th. Booze was a bum Lars. Perez said he felt drunk after 4 cups, but I said he was talking baloney. It was like ditch water. Perez said they made some hooch from some supplies they lifted. Meet up later down on 6 to check it out. Saturday the 14th. Just heard one of the guys here snuck a look at those boxes. Gonna go and find out what he saw. Maybe he can even help me get in to take a look. Saturday the 15th, or Sunday, yeah. It's all off. The guy who was going to help me get in the hold has been signed off sick. Doc Finley thinks he's some kind of flake, which might be true, but Miller says it's something else, something weird about that place. Miller's kind of a twitcher. Wouldn't want to be caught in a pinch with him, that's for sure. Tuesday the 17th. Perez said that the boys made more hooch, too bummed out to sneak and try some, but what else is there to do? News, new batch is worse than the last one. Never listening to any damn fool idea from Perez ever again. Saturday the 21st. Last night I was on duty with Wolowitz, and goddamn if he didn't creep me out. He got spooked and started babbling about some sergeant called Jones that went MIA in the jungle. Reckon that Jones and his crew were the ones in those boxes travelling home just like us saps. I sneaked a look and Jesus, there it was, just like the guy in the port had said, all laid out real nice, old glory over each one. If it's Jones in there, they've done him proud, good old Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam wouldn't leave any of us out there, he'd make sure we all come ... And that's it. Alright, beautiful. Backing out of that then, as me flipping through pages, trying to get out of here, there we go. Good times. And off we go. So I'm not sure if that was like Conrad standing there in the shadow. That's pretty creepy. So we got a picture here in this bookshelf thing. Let's grab that. Moving on. Kind of a slow, winded game when you've played it a couple of times. Also sitting here and commentating through a game that I've already played through numerous times. It's kind of a little bit boring, but it's fine. I think I've played this game like 4 or 5 times now. Obviously I had to play it through twice to get the collectibles. And now I'm having to watch it twice more to get the commentary for said collectibles done. But oh well. Sometimes I do stuff like this on stream, but I think with this game, everyone quiet, it wouldn't have been that fun. I mentioned before that if you mess something up, you can back up your save. It's pretty much the only way to go back on yourself without loading a previous chapter, and if you haven't completed the save you're on, you can't load chapters. You have to wait till you've completed it. So if you mess something up early on, you're either going to have to restart the whole game or complete that save. You sure? Yeah, I'm sure. So that you can replay stuff. So backing up your save isn't such a bad idea. Okay, so go with impatient.
Chance, go get it. Yeah. Now. Okay. Keep an eye out.
But to be honest, I've done other games collectible wise, and a lot of the time games take about 5 to 8 hours to go through. And this game's only about 3 to 4 hours long. So it's not too much of a difference considering it's a short game. Warnfliss, Warnfliss, Warnfliss. So Fliss gets captured here, and I said earlier with that stay calm quick time event that we did, if you fail it you get captured. So it more or less brings the same outcome. You get this happen if you escape and complete that stay calm event. Or if you cover up the vent and just escape, this ends up happening anyway, so it doesn't make a huge difference, you know?
Je crie pas. Ta gueule. Je veux savoir où sont les autres.
We're gonna follow them. Don't let them out of your sight.
Okay. Moving on. So we're Fliss right now.
Where are you taking me?
Now, why would I tell you?
So I think this is another one of those sections where if you're doing co-op, one of you's going to be here and another one of you is going to be elsewhere doing something else. Possibly the caskets section with Alex. And I'm not entirely sure which video you will have to watch for each part. That's the kind of the confusing thing about co-op. Curator's Cut doesn't accurately represent, say, the co-op version of the game. It sort of mixes them all up, although between the two videos, everything you should do in co-op should be there. It just means you might have to jump between videos pretty often, which is kind of annoying, not gonna lie.
Stop.
Okay, so we're about halfway through right now. We're approaching it. Halfway through this run. I think the first collectible we get here is the Screaming Corpse.
All right, come out. Show yourself. Damn it. This fucking place is cursed.
Okay, so make sure you examine the hat here. That's a collectible. Also, you can use this hat to kill everyone, providing you save everyone. You can use this save to do that. That'll probably only apply to co-op with this save though. If you've done the theatrical cut version and you've still got that save where you saved everyone, you can just use that one, which I'd recommend.
I don't want to hear anything from you.
Makes life easier. Okay. So, you got another collectible coming up.
You don't have to do this. Jesus!
Oh Christ. Oh Christ. That guy. That guy's probably still right here with us. I mean, you die on a ship, your ghost stays on the ship.
Come on. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. So, examine this Screaming Corpse.
Where did all your friends go?
That'll give you another secret.
What the fuck this is all about. But we gotta keep moving and find Olsen. Now.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going.
Olsen? Merde. Qu'est-ce que tu fais?
What was that?
That was a creepy hand. So, another collectible here, but you can't get it just yet. You get smacked out of that collectible by Danny. Keep moving. And he's gonna freak out here.
C'est quoi ce bordel?
What the hell?
Dude's not having a good day. So we want to backtrack here and first of all get Danny's flashlight. He also leaves his cap. But that's nothing we can mess with, don't worry about that. And just come back here. Grab that picture on the wall. Good times. So, like I was saying earlier about the co-op being a bit weird in the sense of I don't exactly know which parts or which dialogues you're going to get in each half of the co-op. I suppose it pays off to show all of the collectibles just because you never know who's going to be where at any given time. So mash, mash, mash. Let's keep going.
Hello? Is anyone there?
It's kind of weird in the Curator's cut though, because I think in the theatrical cut you still play this part and the part that's coming after it, but they're just in a different order. So in this part you play as Fliss first, then Alex. I think in the previous one you play as Alex first and then Fliss.
That can't be a good sign.
So I'm guessing in co-op one of you is going to play as Fliss and one of you is going to play as Alex. There's a knife in the on the left side of this room. Don't go and pick it up. You don't want to do that. Leave it alone. It's a big no-no. And there's a collectible just in front of you here. You'll see it glinting.
Down here.
It's a dog tag. Grab that bad boy. Charles T. Perez, Boston, Mass P. What is that? Is that a state name that I have no idea? Let's look into this. Oof. So again, you play this whole section through, and I think at that point in the theatrical cut, that part gets cut out, and you start playing as Brad right now. I think. I'm not sure. Maybe. It's definitely in a different order.
Are you sure?
Weird stuff. So around this corner, you do see Brad there. But, it's weird, right?
What is going on here?
There's a collectible. Oh, sorry, no, there's a bullet on the right side on the floor. It's not a collectible, but you can just pick it up and have a look at it. If that's your thing. And we got some quick time events here, but it doesn't matter if you fail these. I wouldn't worry about them too much. I'm not sure if I got them right. But yeah, in my original run, I wasn't sure what actually made these tick. I wasn't sure what made the next area tick, and I thought it was connected to getting these quick time events wrong, but it's not. But luckily enough, I can use me getting it right there to tell people, tell people in the next run what exactly you want to press to get them right.
What are we doing? I thought
Know what I'm saying?
We gotta keep our distance. This way we can get ahead of them. Let's hope it's faster. I got this.
So yeah, I think you would play this part, and then you played the Fliss part afterwards. But like I said, let me know. I mean, I suppose it would take a while for someone to put it all in a comment, but let me know if you do play this co-op, what exactly happens. Like, I think in the co-op mode, one of you's going to be playing as Alex and the other one's going to be playing as Fliss. I think that's what's going to happen. Or maybe it'll be one of you's playing as Julia here, or Conrad, and one of you's playing as Alex. I don't know, man. Like I said, you're just going to have to keep an eye on what character you're playing as and flip to the appropriate video. It's a little confusing. I kind of wish that the Curator's cut was just the other half of the co-op.
We've been here before.
But no.
I don't think so.
So, there's a knife in this room. Don't pick it up.
Been leading us in circles?
Collectible on the wall here.
Hey! According to this, today is beef casserole. Yummy.
It's as if everything just ground to a halt on this one day. The whole ship just stopped functioning.
Okay. So, hopefully you've got that collectible. You can interact with this cupboard.
Jesus. God.
Alex? What is it?
And so, pick truthful.
Ugh. See for yourself.
Ugh.
Very good. I'm gonna keep moving.
Alright, what is this place?
I'm thinking we gotta go through here.
There's a collectible on the right side of this room. Excuse me, burping away. There's a collectible on the table over here. Pick that up. Crack it open. So June 18th, we haven't been at sea long and I'm sick of the damn food already. That muck we ate tonight was a joke. The cooks do their best with what they got, I'm sure, but man, I'd kill for something fresh. First thing I'm doing when we get home is having me a tall glass of cold milk. June 19th, Thursday. Every one of the US papers was talking about that massacre in Philly. It's crazy to think how we're out here traveling the world trying to keep our country safe and there's people killing each other in the streets back home. I sure could use a beer after reading about home, but the captain has issued a ban on booze. Guess I'll be counting sheep tonight. June 20th. Some of the guys had a little wrestling competition in one of the cargo holds today. I did okay, but Wagner eventually knocked me out of it. I joked that he should be disqualified on account of his size, but no dice. It'd take a whole crowd of people to pin him down. He certainly ain't eating the same as the rest of us, that's for sure. June 21st, Saturday. I'm sure the cargo we have in the hold has something to do with the squad that went missing. Their leader Jones heard a legend about a room full of ancient solid gold statues from a Manchurian child emperor. They were said to be cursed, but that sounds like a load of baloney. I don't know if they found them, but I couldn't finish that. I definitely scanned through those while I was recording this, but well, you get the point. Let's go over here to the front of this room. There's a collectible on there. I'd say stay away from the right side until you get these collectibles, just because it'll probably lock you out of this room, you know what I'm saying? So now that that's done, we're going to head over to Julia and Conrad. Got the collectibles in this room.
Wait. This isn't right.
What? What?
There's something in here with us. Didn't you? I mean, did you hear anything?
All right, well, we should keep moving.
I know I saw something. It was moving in the shadows.
Okay, go with worried.
Rats. Probably just rats. That's all it was.
Don't fucking laugh at me.
Wasn't laughing at you, mate, to be honest.
Alright, we've been here before. I'm sure of it. We're going around in circles.
What do you want to do? Turn around?
We've seen all this before.
Cool it, Jay. We don't have a lot of
Okay, no. This isn't working for me.
What?
Gross caskets and crappy chapels. Not my scene, you know?
Supportive.
You're right. It's gross and it's crappy. We gotta get out of here toot sweet.
And we gotta find Fliss.
Okay, so can we just get the fuck out then?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is this?
Right, so all of these caskets count as their own collectible, so
hey,
check them all.
We got a name on this guy.
What are they even doing here? I don't think stuck on a ghost ship for all eternity sounds like a good plan A.
Who cares where they're from or where they're going? They're dead and we're not, so let's keep it that way.
Right. Let's keep moving. You gotta open this casket to get your collectible. Go with shocked.
Look at this. It's insane. Is it even human? I mean, was it ever human?
What is the deal with this place?
That is some bad mojo, dude.
Okay, leave. Now! Leave, leave, leave!
No, she ain't happy. So, let's check the other two caskets.
Look at this one. Like for a kid or something.
I don't want to know. Let's get out of here.
Yes! Maybe that's little baby Dracula. Right there, and those are his parents, and they're lying in the dirt from their native country.
And then they all jump on Conrad and eat off his face. The end.
Wow.
Got some serious locks in these caskets.
Why would they be chained and locked?
Well, that's one way to end a relationship.
Okay. So, this doesn't really matter, but you can pull this curtain back if you want to.
What's the matter? What is it?
Look!
What?
Seriously? Are you trying to freak me out?
Huh?
Can we just get out of here?
Yes, we can get out of here. Right. Off we go. Okay, so
Oh. Why so spick and span?
I'm pretty sure.
Hey, this is no time to be fucking around. I'm serious. I can't take it.
Alex is hallucinating at the moment. Oof.
Don't touch it! Why did you touch it?
When he says it's spick and span, he's just imagining that. Know what I'm saying?
Where the hell is Conrad?
After all,
Conrad?
Maybe just get
he's
him
a
there.
medical student. Or something. Maybe he's a doctor now, I don't know. So, this body in the back corner counts as a collectible?
Looks like he died of fright. You can't see that.
Okay. And the other collectible in this room is the cardiograph on the table. Right there.
Okay, so this guy had appendicitis, which is pretty routine, and then he died of a massive heart attack, which is not routine at all.
Or electrocardiogram, not cardiograph. I'm not ashamed to admit when I was wrong. Alright, and we're leaving. Let's go.
Connie? Connie!
Comrade's gone.
Connie, where the fuck are you?
He is missing in action, love.
Where is Conrad?
He must have gone on ahead.
Connie!
Okay, go with anxious here.
Hey, Conrad!
Where the hell did he go?
Okay, so this bit's pretty important. I think this is another section where one of you is going to be playing as Fliss and one of you is going to be playing as Brad. So, depending on who you're playing as right now, you might need to skip ahead or switch videos or whatever. But you want to head straight for the room on the back right. As quick as you can, chop chop. And there's a switch in there that you want to press. There are collectibles in this room, but I'd recommend leaving them until after you've done the stuff that we're about to do.
Keep your head on straight.
Because you're going to have to come and just stand around in this room in a little bit, but you can get this one now if you like. It's up to you, but we're going to be spending a little bit of time literally just standing in this room that we're in right now, so don't worry about getting that one straight away. Go and pull that switch. And head into the area that just opened up. Then go down these stairs on Fliss's left or the right side of your screen. And then you can look in the coffin if you want, although you don't have to, so you can just walk away from it. But I think I looked. For the added scares, you know. So then what you ideally want to do is just head straight for the door on your right side. And this is going to allow Fliss to get enough air to stop hallucinating. So I didn't know what exactly made this room tick at first. I had to do a bunch of different attempts to figure out what exactly happens. There's a section that you're going to have to do in a minute, or your co-op partner's doing. Also open the crate right here to get another secret. Just literally open and close it as fast as you can. You need to still be quick through what we're doing here. But yeah, I did a bunch of attempts just to figure out exactly what it is that makes Fliss hallucinate. Because really, the way this area works is the longer that Fliss stands in the gas, the more chance that she's going to hallucinate. So you want to do your best to spend as little time in the gas as you can. And as you can see at the moment, this platform that we're standing on doesn't have any gas surrounding it. But the lower areas, like the floor that we're walking around on right now, you can see the gas in the air. So you need to be quick getting these 2 collectibles. One of them is this book right here. I'm not sure if I spent time reading it or not, but I'd recommend just opening it, flipping through the pages, getting that secret found message in the top left hand corner, and then moving on. If you want to pause it and have a read, it's entirely up to you. But yeah, it's probably best just to get the secret found message back out of the book and get away from this side of the room, because this side of the room is one of the ones that's thick with the gas. And if you just stood around in that side of the room, you'll get screwed, and Fliss will hallucinate when Brad shows up. So then go over to the opposite side of the room, look at these cables, and that's another secret. There are other collectibles in this room. Sorry, not collectibles. There are other things you can look at in this room, but they don't count as collectibles. So now that you're done, in this run, I went and stood in the back left corner, and I think that also works. But to be extra safe, go and stand in the room with the switch in it, and you'll also avoid the gas. You won't stand in the gas. It's another thing you can look at right there. But in this run, yeah, I mean, you can see anyway. If you see like the floor to my right, you can see it's covered in gas. But in a second, we're going to head over to the left, and you can see there looks like there's a lot less gas in that area. So originally, I thought you just had to stick to the left side of the room and avoid the right side of the room. But I feel like it's safer to stand in the switch room and just wait out your time there. Pretty much all you've got to do is wait for Brad to arrive. Eventually you'll get a cutscene, and it's sort of this whole room's on a timer. But I'm not sure if, I don't know, maybe the little electrical sparks that are going over here are like neutralizing the gas or something, and that you can see the other smoke coming off from the water there. Like maybe that stuff is in the air or something, you know what I mean? And you're not inhaling the hallucinogenic gas. But I also noticed that up on this platform, you're not in the gas either. Like there's no gas here, so as long as you avoid standing in the middle or the right side of that big room, you should be fine. But I tend to spend my time in this room now, just wait around in it. And this is a point where you can get this picture collectible, you know. But we've already got it, so we don't have to worry. We're just sort of waiting now for the cutscene to kick in. It can take a couple of minutes, which is a bit annoying, but it's fine. Doesn't really matter, right? But like I said, stay in the switch room. Just literally get those collectibles and go and stand in the room and just wait. You can even go and have a pee if you want, or, you know, take a break. Not a problem. Oh, man. Just kind of running out the clock. I'm not sure how long the timer is. It's probably like 3 or 4 minutes. Possibly 5. But we're not far from getting the cutscene now. So yeah, I basically just kept reloading this chapter and standing in different areas to see which areas made Fliss hallucinate at the end, and I figured out the only areas I could find that really make her hallucinate are the ones on the right side and in the middle of this room. Like I said, if you're standing on the left side, you should be fine, but I'd say the best place to stand is just in the switch room. I know I keep repeating myself, but I read another guide that was saying that if you save Conrad or stop Conrad from going on the boat, then Fliss will always hallucinate. But I didn't think that made sense. That doesn't make any sense to me. And then I noticed that the one side of the room seems to have a lot less gas on it than the other. And the rest is history.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright, let's go.
So the weird thing here is that...
Buck up, you motherfucker, come on.
Yeah. Buck up, Brad. In the Curators mode, you still do these two parts, you just do them in a different order.
Alright, buck up. Buck it up.
So again, keep repeating myself, but I know if I don't, there'll be someone in the comment section like, I was doing co-op, and the bit you were doing wasn't the bit I was doing. So I'll just keep repeating myself. This is probably one of those moments where if you're doing co-op, you might not be seeing exactly what I'm doing on screen at the moment. If you've just done the bit with Fliss and you've skipped ahead and your teammate has done the bit with Brad, you may need to skip ahead in the video a little bit. I can imagine there's still going to be someone complaining in the comment section about it, but, you know, I try to be as thorough as possible and just let everybody know as much as I can exactly what's going on. So, you can take a look at this thing now because you didn't pick it up earlier. It's not a collectible, but why not? Location hold 3A, date 5th of the 2nd, does that say? Yeah. Officer Carter Watts, watch standard, so a bunch of watch times. Strictly no unauthorized entry to guarded areas. Do not leave your posts. And yeah, good times. So, moving on. So yeah, we do these in a different order in Curators. In Theatrical you do Fliss, Brad then Fliss. And in Curators you do Fliss then Brad. But it plays out the same. I'm pretty positive that in co-op you're just going to be doing one each. And you've got Julia's bracelet here. Again, this doesn't count as a collectible, but why not take a look?
This is Julia's. They were here. Okay. They were here.
I think I mentioned this before, but he doesn't seem to give that back anywhere. Just holds on to it like, you just lost $5, mate. It's mine now. At the end of the room is the door you've got to go through. Through we go. And we're going to go up the stairs. A couple of collectibles to get in this part as Brad. Also, we need to make sure we get the gas mask, which is coming up. So, when you come into this area, dodgy controls there, making me go back on myself. Go to the end of the corridor, and in this room is a collectible. It's pretty much all that's at the end of this corridor. But here we go. Let's have a little read. Fighting between crew, started by Private Wagner, now in custody. Violence is spreading across crew, please advise. It's the 22nd of June at 1:30 AM. Right, nice. And off we go. So, through the door.
Shit on a shamrock. What happened here?
They all had a bad day. So examine this guy on the left, and his badge on his sleeve is another collectible. US General Infantry, 14th Division. Okay. Off we go. You can also take a look at the Screaming Group. Moving on to the locker room.
Hello? Oh, hell. Great. Perfect. Wonderful.
Okay, so open up this locker on your right side, and you'll get a little jump scare. Boo.
Fuck
this place.
And moving on here, it'll pop back open, and then we need to go back and get it. Cheers, mate. There's your gas mask.
That's not...
Make sure you get that. You don't want to leave it behind. You need that to make sure Brad doesn't hallucinate. Okay, so if you move into the toilets on your left here, which we're going to do, you'll get a little jump scare, but there's also a stay calm event in here. You don't have to do this. You can just walk away from this room. So if you want to avoid the stay calm event, just don't come into the toilets. I'm not sure
Give me a fucking break.
what happens if you fail this. Like whether Brad dies or maybe he gets caught by the pirates and captured, I don't know. But yeah, if you come into the room, you're going to get this stay calm event you want to complete. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I think that's one of the pirates, because you can see the gun. I'm not sure what happens if they catch you. I mean, if they're hallucinating at this point, they might see you as a zombie and just shoot you in the face. But yeah, just I'd say if you're doing this for the collectibles and keep everyone alive, all that good stuff, just walk away from the toilets. Just don't even go in there. Just continue to the end of the corridor we were just in. This way.
What am I hearing?
Let's go. So, there's a few things you can look at in this corridor. You got posters on the wall, you've got a note on the right side there, but none of it counts as collectibles. There is one collectible in this area, and you're going to have to complete a quick time event to get it, so be ready for that. Okay, down that goes. That talks about someone trying to check out, Private Gordon Young trying to check out a gas mask, but they wouldn't let him because he already has one checked out. And that's our gas mask now. So we got another couple of posters here we can just take a look at, if you feel like it. Let's keep going.
Maybe they're through here.
And so this door at the back here, you've got a quick time command when you try and open it. It's A on PC, which is square on PlayStation, or X on Xbox. And that'll allow you to get in here and get the collectible, which is right here. Tom, it's your ass if this gets out. See that it's done. Flip it over. Ensure the locks are affixed to caskets as soon as they have been located at the water purification project facility. The caskets are classified. They must remain locked and under guard at all times. No personnel in your unit should have access. CWS Walter Bishop. Okay. So originally I thought that the thing with Fliss counted on Brad being fast or slow. Like if you were too slow as Brad, maybe that would cause Fliss to hallucinate. But I did a test with that and just did this section, and just before he drops down to meet Fliss, I just made him stand around for like 10 minutes and then drop down, and Fliss still didn't hallucinate, so it's nothing to do with that. Okay, let's go. So,
Alex?
I think there's a couple of collectibles in this area.
Hello?
Head into this room to find a picture on the wall on the right side. I thought there was something on the table in this room originally, but there's not. There's just the picture. Okay. So, head out of the room after that. You can see me having a little look around, like just trying to make sure. But out we go. Come on, bud. Find the door, son. Double check, triple check, quad check. And out the door we go, nice. Okay, so I'm moving on. I don't think there's another room in this corridor to go into, just that one. We gotta go through this door. And in this room is another collectible. Also, there's a wrench next to the skeletons I'm about to walk up to. Do not pick up the wrench. Just don't do it. Don't pick up the wrench. Skeletons. You don't want the wrench. Don't pick up the wrench. Don't do it.
Skeletons?
Again, don't pick up the wrench.
Where'd all the skin go? Some sort of altercation.
Okay. So you asked to be kept informed. Oh, right, well, cheers, yeah. We were unable to pick up indirect messaging traffic until 1:40 hours. However, has been no further incoming messages tracked at this time. It is possible that alright, well, yeah, I guess I'm going back now. You asked to be kept informed of all the radio situation. We attempted outgoing messages at these times. And then it talks about that they were unsuccessful to track any messages. Okay, cool. So, that's it with this area. I'll say it one more time. Don't pick up the wrench.
Julia?
And down we go.
Oh, fuck no.
In my opinion, that's one of the creepiest moments of the game. Also, did you see the curator standing there when he went to jump down?
That's not good.
Hey! Brad?
Captain?
How did you find me?
So, I went with sympathetic here.
Everyone okay?
This is so fucked up. Brad, I think I'm losing it. I gotta get off this ship.
Hey, you and me both.
I don't know if I can tell what's real. I don't know what's really real. What's with the gas mask?
I found it in one of the lockers. I thought it would help, but I don't know. We should get out of here.
Sorted. So, if you followed along properly, both characters should not kill each other and not hallucinate, and they should stick together over the next couple of chapters.
Okay. Safe to say that we are now lost.
It's a big ship and have a lot of corridors. We just gotta explore every damn one of them until we find a way out.
Mm-hmm. So, at this point, you're playing as Brad this time. Jump scare, by the way.
That is so not what you want to have happen when you're on a boat.
These are facts. So, in the next room is a collectible.
Exactly.
It's over here on the far side of the room.
Jeez.
Make sure you grab that.
Just another dead guy. Never thought I'd say that.
To all crew who have been assigned guard duties, RE Ghosts. As some of you are aware, some crew were dismissed from guard duty yesterday so that I and two other officers could look into these claims of ghosts on board. We have concluded, after an overnight watch in which we thoroughly investigated in all holds, that there are no ghosts on board. Any reports of cargo moving around are from the movement of the ship. It's your duty to make sure that there is sufficient dunnage in place to protect the cargo. Refer to FMO-19, Standard Operating Procedure for all cargo ships if this is unclear. You are all trained soldiers. Get a hold of yourselves and quit spreading these damn rumours. We have a mission to complete. Signed, C-Watts. And then it says, they're coming for me next. Oh dear. Looks like he changed his mind about them ghosts. So, let's hop up here.
Hey, look at this. Get over here. What do you think? Up there? I don't think we can go any lower. I'd say that's the main drive shaft. You ready?
Yeah.
So, when you come up here, there's a rusty spade in the back left corner of this room. You want to make sure that you both take a look at that spade if you're playing co-op. Just both of you get a look at it. you have to go into the next room, look at the ladder, and then come back and look at the grate. Before you do that, just both of you pick up the spade, have a little look at it.
You know, reach down and pick up the perfect weapon. But instead, I got this.
So yeah, make sure if you're playing co-op, you both pick that up and have a look. And then come in here and interact with this ladder.
Damn. It's all the way up there, isn't it? There's gotta be a way up on deck.
No shit, Sherlock.
So you actually get locked out of this chapter if either of you hallucinates in the last one, because Brad and Fliss won't be together and they won't be able to climb up here. So you miss out on that collectible that we got a minute ago. So once you've looked at the spade, looked at the ladder, come and look at the grate.
That ladder. That could be our ticket out of here.
Wanna draw straws?
I'll go.
And one of you is going to jump.
Okay, be my guest.
I sent Fliss down this time because I was controlling Brad. You see the curator standing there as well?
You okay? Yeah, sure. How about you?
Chilling. So whenever someone's
That's gonna be a big help.
about to die, or if there's something that's going to be a bearing on the story,
Okay. Maybe there's another way. I'm looking up here. There's gotta be something.
usually you can see the curator standing around. I wonder if that's going to be a thing in A Little Hope. So, make sure you've looked at the spade again. Whoever's still up top, you've still got a chance to look at the spade right here.
Nope. No go.
No go. So, you were just waiting for Fliss to mess with the door.
Come on! You gotta get out of there! Bust open the grate! Hurry up! The water is rising!
So again, I know we've done this once before if you've watched the other video, but when the water comes up, you'll get a choice. Either search or try and bust the lock or something. I'm not sure what the other choice is. You want to go with search, put it that way. Search, try a hatch, yeah, you want to go with search. And as long as you've looked at that spade, you'll go and get it.
Got it!
And then you want to try and bust the hinge. Twice.
Hinge! The hinge looks weak!
So, give that hinge a smash. Oof. And then another smash. Extra oof. And then you can free your partner. Hey. Spade hinge hinge. Just so you know. So that'll ensure that both Brad and Fliss stay alive. Which is definitely what we want, mate.
Hey, come on.
Right. So, this next area is one of the ones where we can get some collectibles that we missed in the theatrical run. Hopefully you've kept everyone alive and all that good stuff. Oh no, wait, no, we gotta play this one first, but it's really short, so don't worry about it. We won't be long. I think one of you here plays as Alex and one of you plays as Julia in co-op. So, I thought I'd mention this now. There's some QuickTime events coming up, and I'm not sure on this, but I purposely missed them just because I thought that Julia was going to drown. And Alex is stopping the pirate that actually saves Julia. It could be that if you stop the pirate... It doesn't look like a pirate at the moment, but that's who it is. So I missed these, like all of them, to see what would happen. Because the pirate goes and saves Julio, and Alex tries to stop him. Tripped him up on that one, but on this one I just didn't hit him. And I left him to it. I'm not sure if you do nothing, or sorry, if you get them right, if Alex just goes and saves Julio. But from missing them, the pirate does, so I'd say it's a good idea just to miss them, to be honest. So mash, 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 mash. Again, I failed because I didn't want to kill him. It's not actually a zombie. Missed it again.
Come on.
Just wanted to let him live, you know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure that that's Danny. And we're not trying to intentionally kill anyone in this run, so...
What? You okay?
Thanks. I could have drowned. You should have finished him off. He could still come after us.
Ah, it'll be fine.
Come on! Let's go!
Okay. So I'm not sure if are we Fliss and Brad again now? Yeah, here we go. So this is the section where you can get a couple of the collectibles you probably didn't get if you played Theatrical Cut. If you're doing this alone, you'll be able to get, I think, 3 collectibles in this area that you can't get in Theatrical Cut. Oops.
Conrad! What the hell is he doing? I don't know, he looks terrified. Conrad? Yo, Connie! Conrad! Where's he going? Conrad! Wait! Well, that's no good. Shit!
So, one of you is going to be playing as Conrad right now. And one of you is going to be playing as Fliss if you're doing this co-op. So, let's continue.
We gotta get him.
What the hell is wrong with him?
I have no idea.
So there's a collectible on this table right here on your left. I almost walked past it. I don't think I stopped to read these collectibles because I thought it was on a timer. Obviously if you're collecting them yourself you can go ahead and just collect them, or if you're watching the video you can always just pause. I'm not sure if I showed them all. If you want to have a read, just give the video a pause. But I was trying to be quick because like I said, I thought the area was on a timer, but it actually correlates to how it correlates to when I get to the edge of the room. If you're doing this co-op, make sure you tell your co-op partner not to pry open the door with the candlestick, or basically not to pick up the candlestick until you're done. They'll go over, eventually we'll get this done, hopefully no dialogue. Yeah, thank you. They'll go over and pick up a candlestick, it will fly across the room, and then they'll go interact with a door, and then they'll have to go back and pick up the candlestick to pry it open. After they break the handle on the door, tell them not to do anything until you've collected these collectibles. Just make sure you tell them that. Because if they go ahead and just complete what they're doing, then that's going to kick you out of this area, which may mean you don't get the collectibles. Also, yeah, there's that collectible on the wall. It's the picture. You can't get into that room unless you have Brad with you. So if Brad dies before this point, or if Fliss runs away from Brad, you won't be able to get into that room, which is one of the reasons we've kept him with us. It's what we need. Okay, so we've got a collectible right here. Again, I'll leave it on screen in case you guys want to have a look. Be sure to flip it over.
I'm right there with you guys.
I'm not actually sure if that one counts as a collectible, but something to read, why not, you know? Let's go. Okay. So this is also one of the reasons why I've had to do 2 versions of this video. Got another collectible right there in this room. Yeah, I've had to do 2 versions because in areas like these, on solo mode, if you're doing the Curator's cut, you can't get the collectibles that Conrad collects on the other side, you know what I'm saying? And you've got to have, like, you've got to do all of this stuff to get to the right point with all of the characters alive and all that shit, so I thought it's probably best to just do 2 videos, because in Curator's cut, it's slightly different choices, right? So it's easy for you to mess it up. You can't just say copy the same video up until the same point with Fliss and Brad. So 2 videos, yay! So in this room, there's a safe, and there's also a picture here you can look at. It's not a collectible, but
Must be the captain and his wife.
the safe has got the collectible in it. If you go into the next room, don't go too far to the right. You need to stick to the left. Make sure when you go into the next room, you stick to the left side of the room. Don't go over to the right, because that will just cue Conrad coming through the door if you're doing this alone. Make sure you hug the left side of the room, and then you can come over here, open this drawer, you'll remove these medals, and then you'll find the key to the safe, which has the last collectible in this area in it. Again, don't go too far to the right, or you'll set off the cutscene with Conrad. I thought it was on a timer.
There's a lock.
But it just comes down to Fliss, if you're playing alone at least, it just comes down to Fliss getting too close to the door. If you're, like I said, if you're playing co-op, you can just work it out and tell your friend to wait on opening the door until you've got these collectibles. But provided you followed along with me, this should be the last collectible you need in this area. Make sure you get it flipped over to get the secret found message. And you're good to go. I was actually reading this one. Ah well, if you want to have a read, just give the video a pause. It talks about the Manchurian gold tests.
Gold is just a bunch of unstable chemicals.
Yep. Okay. And it needs to avoid exposure to extreme heat and electricity. And at the start of the game, we saw it get hit by lightning in the case that was carrying it, which is what set off everything. Now we go to the door.
Conrad! Hey man, it's us!
So go with reassuring.
Oh, it's me. It's Fliss. It's okay.
You see the curator standing there?
Let's go. We gotta get him.
So I fucked that one up, but I don't think these early ones matter. W for that one. I think that one matters. I'm pretty sure that one matters.
I think I can make it, bro. I'll find a way around.
Brad says he'll find a way around. And he's stacking it.
Conrad!
W, D, oh I failed. Ugh.
It's me, it's Fliss.
But yeah, these early ones, I don't think it matters if you fail them. I think it's just the later ones that matter, and I nail those ones, so it's all good. You can fail what I've failed. But I'd recommend getting that other one right. I failed that one as well. God, I'm failing a lot here. But yeah, it doesn't matter. I'd say just fail the ones I fail, because it's more than likely that if you get them right, it's going to give you extra ones, and I don't know what those are, to be honest. But I know that, like, if you fail the ones I've failed, your character doesn't die, so you're good to go. And I'm reminded that you need to hit that second one, or I think something's going to fall and hit Fliss in the head, and we don't want that.
Conrad!
So Conrad chooses to hide here, and then he bails.
Hey! Stop! Conrad, hey! Stop! You're gonna get killed! You gotta stop!
Oof. Bit of W action, bit of D action. So yeah, I think you need to get those ones or Fliss can die there. So, go with the reassuring one.
Hey! It's okay, it's me. Connie, it's Fliss. Conrad?
Nay, Conrad lived.
Come on, please. It's me. Look at me. It's Fliss. See, it's Fliss.
What are you doing up here?
God damn, you scared the hell out of me.
Whew, wow, that was intense.
That's one way to put it.
You got a better way.
Okay. So, back to Alex and Julia. Let's continue.
He's here!
So, you need to get these quick time events right. All the ones that are coming up. A, D. You only get 2 as Alex there. That would be square circle on PlayStation or XB on Xbox. So go with jump.
Shit.
Not sure if I messed these up or not. I messed that one up. Uh-oh. Face plant, by the way. Get dodged. So what was that? A and S? That's, oh, hold up.
Hey, dude, get out of the way!
Get off. Just get off. So yeah, I'd say make sure you get those right. and it's Square X on PlayStation, XA on Xbox, and then the final one as Julia would be Square or X on PlayStation. Sorry, X on Xbox, Square on PlayStation. I'll have them on screen, don't worry.
Are we good here?
We're good, I think.
So I think in that last section, there's an extra one that Julia gets or your co-op partner will get, and if you mess that one up along with yourself messing one up, someone will die there.
Oh, hello.
So be careful.
Things
Get those
appear to
ones
have
right.
taken a turn towards the spiritual, wouldn't you say? Have you figured out what's going on? How to stop it? How to save the lives of your poor, unfortunate stowaways? You will, I hope. Although it seems the ship's previous occupants never managed to. Quite a lot of deaths that night. Let me help you out. Give you a little hint.
I don't want spoilers, mate.
No hint? Perhaps you think you can piece things together from the clues you found yourself. Good luck with that. Perhaps you've started to realize something. That everything and everyone may not be quite what they appear to be. I hope that helps. Well, aren't you excited to find out what your poor unfortunates are making of all this and how you might avoid any more unnecessary tragedy? Go on, back to it. Speak soon.
Speak soon.
What the fuck is going on with this ship? Because I gotta be honest, it feels like there's some like evil, like literal evil going on down there.
Let's just stay calm and relatively sane about this, okay?
The stuff I saw, it's like there were these old soldiers, they were bodies, they were dead, but then they came alive and...
That doesn't sound that crazy right about now.
I saw something. This old lady. I mean, she was batshit crazy, like dinosaur old. Not that that's a bad thing, but she just like up and vanished on me.
Alex wasn't the only Alex.
What are you talking about?
There were things walking around with his face on them. Alex's face. It was horrifying.
Okay, go with supportive.
Julia, I'd never hurt you. You know that, right?
No, I know. It's just...
Let's time out, okay? This place is too fucked up to just be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, something is going on here. So what do we know for sure that we can all agree
on? Let's go with baffled.
Gold should be around you, right? Anybody catch a glimpse of it?
Manchurian gold isn't actually gold. It's a fucking chemical and it's leaking all over cargo hold 2. I found this safety manual. It seemed to be geared at people who have to handle chemicals that can cause heart palpitations.
We found a guy who died of a heart attack. Real sudden. Unexplained.
Okay, go with
What
probing.
do you think actually happened on this ship?
Haven't got a clue.
The ship was bound for San Francisco, but it hailed from a water purification plant in China. Apparently that's where it picked up the Manchurian gold.
Looked like the newspaper was from 1947.
So, suspicious?
There's some unnatural shit going on here. It is unsuper freaking natural.
Everything about this place is wrong.
So let's go with unsettled.
Anyone figure out what happened to all the sailors? Did they catch a rescue boat or something?
Good God, everything about this ship just screams tomb.
So where did all the corpses come from?
Apparently, getting scared to death is an actual thing, because I'm pretty sure that's what happened to these guys.
We know more than we did before. That's something at least.
We're wasting time. Whatever we do, we have to do it now.
Time to get off this ship.
We're not going anywhere without the distributor cap. The Duke needs it to run.
Hold on. This ship's gotta have a radio. If we can find it and use it...
That's great, but do you think it still works?
Just need to find a way up there.
Okay. Let's move out then. Okay.
We gotta get off this damn ship.
No shit. I think we're, speaking clinically, totally effed.
Not a huge amount left to do now. There's a collectible here on the left on this box. Or crate. It's a bullet shell. Gonna go ahead and have a look at that.
It's kind of crazy, but I wonder if the plane from the dive could have been shot down by this ship.
Let's keep moving. So, there's one more collectible before you jump up on the platform. Don't jump up before you get this collectible because it locks you out of this area. I'll show you where it is right now. You can take a look at this boat that's just ahead of us, but it doesn't count as a collectible, but feel free if you want to take a look.
Well, these are ruined. Can't use them.
Okay. So, you'll want to move all the way around the platform here and then move along to the right side. And then you're going to find the other collectible in sort of a cupboard.
Sadly, no, but I'll keep my eyes open.
Don't go over to Fliss's left just yet. Go over to the right here and open up this box thing right here for a collectible.
Come on now.
It's the gas mask guide. Gas mask instructions. Always ensure your mask is fitted before you're assisting anyone else with theirs. If you detect gas or hear the gas alarm, do not panic. Remain calm and clearly shout gas, gas, gas to warn anyone in the vicinity. Hold your breath. Attach the gas mask carrier by placing the bag under your left arm. Pull the shoulder sling over your right shoulder and hook it onto the bag. Hook the belt around your waist. Remove your helmet. Pull the mask up to your face with both hands. Put your chin inside the mask first, then pull the mask over your face and the harness straps over your head. Remove any potentially trapped gas, close the outlet valve and breathe out sharply, and then push any remaining air out of the mask with your hands. Check for leaks by tightly squeezing the flexible corrugated hose with your hand and inhaling. The mask should crumple around your face. If the mask does not crumple, there may be a leak. Readjust the mask to ensure it is snug. Then repeat the process above until... I missed that.
No mention of disintegration.
Let go of the hose. You may now breathe as you normally would. Replace any headwear and close the carrier bag. You may now remove your mask only when you are told it is safe and instructed to do so. Prise the mask open slightly and smell the air. If you detect gas, close the opening and repeat the process of closing the outlet valve, breathing out sharply and pushing any potentially trapped gas out of the mask with your hands. Once you have removed the mask, replace the mask and flexible corrugated hose into the carrier bag as you found it. You may remove the carrier if it is no longer required by unfastening the belt and shoulder sling. Gas masks will only be issued in the event of a gas leak. Okay. Interesting stuff there. Sarcasm, by the way. Okay. So, moving on. Let's go and hop up this ledge over here.
Hey! Over here, help me out!
I think this is our way up. Give me a lift.
You got two other dudes with you, and you're getting Fliss to give you a lift? What the fuck, man?
Pull you up.
Chivalry's not lost on him. Okay. So, heading up. follow the path around here.
This is where I chased Conrad before.
Huh. I thought it looked familiar.
Right, so you gotta go through this door. You have to mash to get through it.
Hey, come here. Here's a way through.
Mash, mash, mash. In we go. So, now that we're in, head into this room, and there's a logbook on the right side of this room, or Fliss's left. And this is an important collectible if you want to kill everybody, but if you're just going for collectibles, obviously you need this. This book reveals the name of the ship, or at least half of the name of the ship.
According to this, they ran into one hell of a storm.
So yeah, it talks about gaining strength, weather isn't exceptional, with several lightning strikes hitting OM but causing no sustained damage. We are leaking some water, but it is under control. Navigator ports, seabed depth readable. So yeah, it's weather reports basically. What was going on. And operational logs for SSO Orang. AM sea going down, noon thick fog, PM increasing head, PM AM 7:30, fog very thick, and so on. So yeah, just weather reports. But this collectible reveals the first half of the ship's name, and the collectible you found as Fliss earlier, which is the hat, reveals the second half. And yeah, having both of those means that when you use the radio, you can inform the military of the ship's name. If you do that, all it does, spoiler alert by the way, all it does is end up getting everybody killed. So, not a good idea. Let's check the picture here. Obviously that's another collectible. And we're going to move on to the next room. Right.
Find a radio yet?
No, but there's gotta be a radio on this ship. There has to be.
So there's a collectible on the wall right here. So this is why on the radio you want to say nothing.
Something's wrong here. If you were headed to San Francisco, you'd be crazy to take this route.
It's almost like they didn't want anyone to know they were coming.
Like hide and seek out in the ocean?
Top secret, love. Need to know basis. If your name's not Dan, you're not coming in. Oh, there's your secret anyway. Moving on. And there's a collectible in the corner of this room before you go into the radio. Let's have a look at that. There we go.
Blown off course, bad cloud cover, but they couldn't get a read on their bearings.
So, it's another report on what's happening with the weather, basically. Their weather was pretty terrible, is what this report says. Make sure you flip it over to get everything read. You have to do that with all of the paper secrets. As I mentioned in the intro, there'll probably be someone complaining about that somewhere. You didn't tell me to flip it over. Literally said it in the intro. So before you get near to the radio, make sure you pick up this collectible that's next to this dead body on Fliss's right. Or is that not Fliss's left? Our right. Don't go near the radio before you pick this up. It talks about Mayday, call broadcast radio contact information, SOS. Not having a good time out here, mate. So, now you've got that collectible, you can approach the radio.
Hey, here.
Once again, if you want to save everyone, say nothing.
Freaking way. This thing actually still works?
Alright, there goes nothing. Good old shortwave radio.
Yeah.
It's a number station. Military bandwidth.
Let's ask them for help.
No, let's not.
Come in, please. Do you read us? Over. Okay. At least there's someone listening. The signal's in and out, though.
Say nothing. Say nothing. Good job. You said nothing. If you said something, go look in the mirror and slap yourself. Because that was stupid.
Yo, guys, check it out.
Okie doke. Down the hole we go.
Hey,
so,
look at this.
You want
This
Brad
has got to lead somewhere.
and Julia to
We can
go.
find a way to get the power back.
We need to get that radio working.
I think someone should wait here in case a message comes through.
I gotta be honest. I don't think I'm gonna make it down there in my shape.
I'll go, obviously.
I can do this. I should be the one to go.
Hey, little bro.
What's up?
I'm thinking you might deserve a promotion. How's medium bro sound?
What are you talking about?
You stepped up to the plate. Put yourself right in the line of fire.
You're kind of mixing metaphors there.
Not if the picture's a machine gun. I'm impressed. Seriously.
Dink.
So what do you think?
Hey, if you're sure you're up for it, I believe you got it, bro.
I'm coming too.
Hey, what? Julia, no.
You're not always gonna be there to protect, big guy. I can handle this. Trust me.
So as Fliss here, you're going to want to say, I think sarcastic. Sarcastic.
Whoa, whoa. If Julia says she can handle it, she can handle it. Case
It
closed.
doesn't sound sarcastic to
Hey,
me,
Julia.
but
It's you and
whatever. We got what we wanted. That's Brad and Julia down the hole, mate. It's exactly what we want to happen. Okay.
Any broken bones? Everything still work?
Everyone okay?
We're fine.
Okay. What are we gonna do?
Okay, go with confident.
We're gonna have to find the generator. If we can get it started, we can power up the radio.
Okay.
I mean,
Here by the radio.
we ain't gonna do that, but you know.
Here.
Good catch. So, onwards we go.
Hey.
After you.
Okay.
Guessing these are the lower levels of the ship.
Let's keep moving forward then. Playing as Julia now. So, there is a collectible in this room, I'm pretty sure. If Julia wants to go in. Yep, I'm pretty sure the only file in here that counts as a collectible is the one in the safe. But it doesn't hurt to just pick everything up.
Dude named
You
Charlie
know?
ended up in the brig.
Talks about Charlie ending up in the brig and getting 10 days in it. This is the room that we were in at the beginning of the game. So yeah.
Jeez, that's quite a stint for a little fight.
Mm-hmm. And there's also that piece of paper in here, and I'm pretty sure this safe was locked at the beginning of the game, so we didn't get to see this. Medical office report, minutes of meeting between scientists at CWO Walter Bishop and CWO Tom Parner, with Sergeant Peter Wood observing, and NX for meeting with our team, and says we can mutually learn for the same thing the Western world must be protected from. The United States has been aware of certain agencies investigating the chemical and biological agents in warfare. A lot of this stuff is redacted. It describes investigating during to test the effects on human subjects of the molecule crystal structural hallucinogens codenamed Manchurian Gold. Chemical munitions battle. It was even relatively minor. Observed to trigger significant hallucinations. So yeah, a lot of that's just redacted. But it talks about basically the Manchurian gold being a chemical that causes hallucinations. That was terrible reading, but whatever. Okay, Arthur Miller, private, petty theft, one-day brig, small items belonging to senior officer found in Miller's locker, items recovered and returned to owner. We've already read this. We read it at the very beginning of the game. It was like the first thing we got to read. As what was his name? I forget what his name was. Was it Miller? I forget. But yeah, it basically talks about
someone named Joe was in sickbay.
The things they've done to earn times in the brig. And Joe is who we were. Or our friend that was with us. The guy you play as on the other side of co-op or in the theatrical run. Who was in sickbay? Let's go.
I wish I could actually, enjoy this.
What the hell are you talking about?
Well, in any other circumstance, this place would be the coolest place to explore. Like ever.
I'm gonna say no. Not at all.
Says the girl who couldn't wait to dive a wreck.
Shut up. Oh, barf.
Okay. So, I think there's a collectible in here on the table. Right there, yeah. Let's grab that. Let's have a little read. So, John Patterson, private, Rowlett, Texas, February 24th. Enlisted or appointed, Garland, Texas, March 2nd, 1941. Total Army service, 3 years, 5 months. Diagnosis, mild neurosis. Disability is not the result of his own misconduct and was incurred in the line of duty. Existed prior to enlistment. No. Present condition, fit for service. Probable future duration, temporary. Recommendation that he be closely monitored and referred back for medical check-in in 1 week. Facts are as follows. I saw Private Patterson today, who is attending sickbay. During that visit, I observed signs of severe distress consistent with evidence of panic I observed in the same soldier during his watch duty earlier this week. I requested Patterson see me today as I believe his panic to be accompanied by vivid and disturbing memories. In the past, he has managed to continue his duties as symptoms appear to... Alright, well, Private Patterson is a fit, healthy young man of 25 years with no known medical conditions and an exemplary military career. He was able to calm down during the course of our meeting and test for speech reactions, memory and decision-making all appear normal. Clear case of COSR. Alright, let's go. That's another collectible for you. Let's move on. Okay, we need to climb down the ladder here. Don't know where I'm going. Let's hop down.
Hey. Look at this.
Looks like the engine.
Good place to find a generator, right?
The ladder's broken off here. I think I can just...
Wait! Are you okay?
Yeah, all good. Just come down. Oh, God!
What's up?
That, it was... Wait, didn't you see it?
Hello?
Okay, so I'm seeing things, but you're not. Okay, so follow my thinking here. We know this ship was carrying the Manchurian gold, but that was really some sort of hallucinogenic bioweapon developed in China during World War II. And we know that it was super unstable and leaked all over the ship. So maybe it's still here? Maybe it hasn't dispersed after 70 years and it's having the same effect on us, paranoid hallucinations. All this crazy shit we're seeing, none of it's real.
The crew was hallucinating. We know they were scared of something, and the officers thought it was just a bunch of jumpy GIs trying to get out of guard duty.
This isn't a ghost ship, it's a floating bioweapon.
This couldn't have anything to do with the plane wreck we dived.
Okay, so the plane was a search and rescue. They came out here because the people on this ship sent a distress signal. We know that. But I guess at that point, the fog had done its damage, and for whatever reason, they shot the plane down. I mean, who knows what the hell they were thinking, or thought they saw.
Oh, God. All right, let's get going.
Let's move. Also, not far from the end now. We've done the majority. If you've done the theatrical cut, there should only be a few more collectibles you need to get. There's a couple of collectibles in this room though. Let's grab those. One over here. Yoink. Okay, so this is a report that talks about stuff that's gone on with the engine, people coming to check on the engine room telegraph log. Thoroughly boring stuff, but at the end of it, they talk about how they were ordered to anchor down in shallow waters, and then in red pen it says in the middle of the Pacific ? But you don't actually see that. On the right hand side, you just have to actually look at the book to see it. Don't know if they forgot to add it in or whatever, but it's there. Let's give it a flip. Okay. So
Ship was anchored according to this.
In the middle of the Pacific ? Kind of a weird one. Either way, let's move on. Right, so
Dry clothes.
Make sure you do not turn on the engine. There's a switch in this room. There's only one switch in this room you can mess with. If your character does go near it, you have a choice to turn it on or off. You have to interact and pull it up. Don't do that. Don't do it. It's right next to Julia right now, over on that grey panel on the wall. Don't even go near it. Just stay away from it. So, you can look at this. Quick dialogue.
What do you think?
I don't like it. Someone attacked that corpse recently. Too recently.
Well, I'm sure whoever did this is mutilating corpses far, far away from here by now.
We're just wasting time. Let's go.
Okay. Right. Picture on the wall here. Only other collectible in this room. Get that collected and be on your way. We need to go past the switch, which is right on our right right now, on that grey panel you can sort of see. Right there on the right side. Stay away from that. Don't mess with it. Just don't do it. It's bad for you. And then we're going to go through this door.
Look at this.
Oh, hey. It's the rebreather. The fisherman must have brought it over from the Duke of Milan.
You think it still works?
Looks like it's got a little juice left. Maybe a couple of minutes. Should we bring it with us? I mean, it's heavy.
So, go with assertive here.
Hell yeah, we should. Half the boat is submerged.
Should work out the same for both of you. Just basically say yes to taking the rebreather. If you're playing co-op. So, you've got a stay calm quick time event coming up. You need to nail it if you haven't got this next collectible yet.
Ferme ta gueule de merde! Tu dis n'importe quoi! Tout ce que tu racontes, c'est des conneries! Alors, ferme ta sale gueule de merde!
Écoute. Écoute-moi. Non. Fais pas ça!
Je t'avais dit de fermer ta gueule!
Oh, fuck.
So yeah, make sure you don't mess this next one up. Here it comes.
Laissez-moi qu'ils viennent chercher. Les esprits des morts viennent me chercher. Je vous attends, bande d'enculés.
So that one isn't that tough, but the next two are definitely tough. So once you get into this room, you're on a timer. Be quick. There's a collectible to the right side of the body, right here. If you take too long in getting that, you're going to get chucked out of this room, so make sure you get it fast. And it talks about the shipment of caskets that need to be treated specially and with care. All of that is on one side, I think. But once you've looked at that, you want to look at the body really quick. Oh, I got interrupted. He's coming. So, inspect the body. To get the ring. Good times.
Holy shit.
So, if you want to save Junior, you need to get these next two Stay Calm events right. Make sure you know who you're playing as here and you're watching the right video if you're doing this co-op.
What's the problem with sharing all that gold, eh? There must be plenty of that to go around, more than enough. And we're all in this together, right? Trying to cut me out of the deal? You can't have all the gold. And I'm to be left here to die. But I am the captain. I am in control. And I am the one that says who goes and who stays. Ah!
He's breathing down our necks. Please tell me you have an escape plan.
We can't risk moving yet. Just need to watch and wait for an opening.
So pick hide here as Julia and assertive as Brad.
Away into a foreign land and come up short. The generators are on. The gold is mine, and now I'm the one who gets to smash. Me!
Hey, let me smash.
Big fucking hammer!
I hate that one. That third one is a bitch. Actually a really tough one because he smashes the hammer, so it just like throws you off. I guess that's what it's meant to do, you know? So, moving on.
Lock it! Oh my god, lock it! Are we safe? Please tell me we're safe.
Oh. Yeah, totally. I mean, these doors are meant to withstand all sorts of stuff.
Okay. None of you move. None of you go all changing on me now. Turn around. Slow. Real slow.
Oh.
Okay. All right. No changing. None of that. Raise your hands up. Slow. No. Not like that. I said no changing.
Okay, respectful.
Please, we've got no problem with you. We just want to get out of here. Please.
I'm sorry, but if you're breathing, then you don't got much of a choice in the matter. You don't got a say. Ah! Not again! It's all gone changing on me!
What? What's changing?
Stay away! Stay back from the mist!
What? There's no mist, man!
Don't breathe it. Don't breathe the mist.
Why can't we breathe the mist? What does it do?
It's life. Bringing things to life that shouldn't be alive. It's inside now. Inside with us now.
Please just calm down.
Stop! Stop! It's in one of us, isn't it?
So, reassuring.
I haven't breathed any weird mist. Please, I promise.
Yeah, you breathed in the mist. It's happening. I can feel it.
Okay, all right, look. There was, something back there. Maybe a mist or fog, maybe?
I knew it. I told you. Did you breathe it in?
No, look. We held our breath. We did not breathe any of that stuff.
Oh, really? I know you're all fancy divers, but you expect me to buy that?
Yeah,
We've been
just
down
buy it.
here for hours. You've been holding your breath this whole time. You're holding your breath right now.
Wait. We have a rebreather from our boat.
What?
We've been using it to get the mist out of us. You know, we could use it on you too, okay?
No. You keep that thing away from me. Oh, God. It's in me. I got the mist in me, don't I? It's in me, isn't it? I can feel it swirling around in there. It's changing me. On the inside.
No, mate, you're fine. Quick time command coming up. Get ready for it.
We need the breathing gear.
We need the breathing gear. W, which is triangle on PlayStation or Y on Xbox.
Yo, are you okay?
Hey, he's okay.
Wait by the radio.
Why?
I'm gonna check the next level. There might be some more gear down there we can use. I'm not going far. Just wait by the radio.
I'm gonna hang back here as well.
So, Alex gets a stay calm event here, but I'm pretty sure he fails it as the AI. Maybe he gets a quick time command after that, I'm not sure. But, I mean, it's not a hard one to get right, to be honest. So if your co-op partner's doing this, they'll probably get it right. They've only got to do it by themselves too, so... Alright, son. Chill out.
Bliss, come here! Stay by the radio. We need someone to keep listening.
Aye, Cap.
So, Fliss.
I saw the big guy. He had the distributor cap. You gotta go after him.
See the curator standing in the back? Fliss is the one who gets to collect the last few collectibles. These are the last three that some of you may need if you follow the theatrical run and then this run. You should only need the ones that are coming up shortly. If you're doing co-op, there will be 2 more for you to get that were at the end of the first video. You'll have to double back and kill Fliss off to get those 2. But
over here.
I've talked about how to do that in the other video.
This must have been what we just heard.
Oh no, what's that?
Doesn't matter. We need that distributor cap. Here. He had to have come this way.
So,
Look at that shit.
let's keep moving for the moment.
I think we can make it across.
Sure.
Alright, so Alex is gonna jump across this thing. Alex has to get this right, or he'll die. It's a good job, Alex.
What? There's something here.
So if you're doing co-op, be aware that your partner needs to get that right. If you're not doing that, if you're playing as Fliss, to keep everyone alive. And Rip Olsen.
I'm not gonna make this jump, Alex. I'll have to find another way around.
Okay, so now we have control of Fliss, we can go and get those last few collectibles. Hey! And if you're doing co-op, Alex should pick up 1 collectible and Fliss picks up 3 here. And then you should only be missing 2 collectibles, which you'll have to double back and kill Fliss for, and then collect. It's kind of annoying how, like, if you save everyone, you're locked out of those 2, and if you kill someone, you're locked out of these 4. Like the 3 you get as Fliss here and the 1 you get as Alex, you can't get those. So, here's one of them. Let's have a little read. Under 21 USC 99128, I claim my rights under the Provisions Act and rights of sovereignty and as foreign legal person, diplomatic immunity from all prosecution from colour of law as prescribed by the US Constitution. I agree that in return for the above surety, I will reveal knowledge gained from my employment at the water purification plant, and in good faith I will not hold back information when questions. Name redacted, declare this page and legal word to be factual. Ooh. I think it said factual and true. Okay. So here's another one in the safe. Manifest of personal effects. Consignment USAM 277399. List of items removed as follows. 2 off photos assorted. 1 off receipt. 1 off pair of spectacles. 1 off coin. $quarter. 1 off pack playing cards. 1 off pen. 1 off dog tag Brian Carter. Then some digits. I think it might mean to say of there, but it says off. I don't know why. 1 off dog tag Marvin Cox, 1 off dog tag Jack Hawkins, 1 off dog tag James Jones, 1 off dog tag Harold Stone. I declare that the record is accurate and true in accordance with US Army protocol. Signed, Ralph Baker. So I think there's only 1 more to get, boys and girls. It's on the desk right here. Let's have a little read. There's my achievement. Fuck yeah. I think I'm reading the back right now. Dear General, on the rather prickly subject of Manchurian gold and how it could potentially be utilised in warfare, I recognise your urgency. Geopolitics moves with the times and the situation could again become grave. The Western world defeated the Nazi invasion, but there are others just like Mr. Hitler waiting in the wings. It is my expert view that Manchurian gold is a true asset to our nation. It is something that we possess, yet our enemies and potential enemies do not. It is highly transportable and very powerful. We have witnessed its effect. Probably flip this over in a second. Delivery of Manchurian gold to the target is the tricky part. We would not want to risk it being deployed anywhere near our town troops in this... near our own troops in this sense. Its ideal weapon as it can be delivered with pinpoint accuracy would undoubtedly... Oh man, I'm terrible at reason. Be most effective in areas of dense enemy infantry, such as trenches and bunkhouses. These are my early views. Yeah, so they're talking about how it could be used as a weapon of war. There's a terrible read in there, by the way, but never mind. So, that's all of your collectibles. If you've played this through, theatrical, and then curators, that should be all you need to do. So yeah, much love for watching if that's as far as you've got to go. But for those of you who are doing this co-op, let's just quickly finish this up. I was looking around this room looking for another collectible. Maybe I missed one, but I went and checked the secrets and they're all there. As you can see, we got all of them. Yeah, mate. Good times. Let me check the pictures. I think, yeah, they're all there too. Good times, good times. Happy days. Voila. Let's move on then. Let's finish this bitch up. Mash, mash, mash. So I'd say take your time going through that door. Make sure Alex has got the what do you call it? The distributor cap before you open that door. Say nothing. Oh, commanding.
That's an order.
I thought I went with say nothing there, but commanding it is. Alex is freaking out. What's the matter, fool? Go with encouraging.
Alex, I need you to listen to me, okay? Something is wrong, so just try not to panic.
Shanked. So, go with desperate.
Hey, it's okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fliss.
And you're done.
Did I stab you? I'm so sorry. It's okay. It's not the first time.
Gotcha.
Who stabbed you before? That's what I want to know. So, if you've played co-op and followed all of my instructions, you should be done. You're going to get your achievements for saving everybody, and you'll have all of the collectibles but 2 that you need to go back and do a certain couple of things for. That should be explained in the other video at the end of that one. But yeah, because in the Curators cut run for me here, it didn't give me the option to stop Julia from decompressing too fast, so she's gonna die for me at the end. But providing you follow my instructions from both videos on the co-op mode or whatever, Julia won't die because you got to make that choice, but I didn't in this run.
Alright, let's try it.
Let's get the fuck out of here, man. Happy days.
That fucker that took our boat, I thought there was gold. He wanted the gold. That's all this was about. Manchurian gold. Well, that turned out to be quite a bit different than we expected.
You know, I just keep going over it and over it, and it doesn't make any sense, you know? And I know what I saw. I just don't believe in whatever it was that I saw.
I saw Alex. It wasn't Alex. It was someone else. But they looked just like Alex, and he was sneering at me.
Fucking rich kids.
So, does anybody else feel like knocking back Frosty? This guy. Yeah.
So, found this.
Okay. So, I think we'll have a quick word from the curator here.
Congratulations. All your charges are still breathing, and that's something, I suppose. Things became a little intense, but Alex kept his nerve. Well done, Alex. Well done, you. It's all about decisions, isn't it? Decisions made in a hurry, in a panic, made with the heart instead of the head, or vice versa. Sometimes those decisions take a long time to have repercussions. But there are repercussions. There are always repercussions. Till we meet again. Maybe in Little Hope, maybe somewhere else. But be certain, we will meet again. It's inevitable.
Okay, so we're done. The only other thing to note is that, yeah, Julia dies after the credits here because we didn't decompress, but I don't need to show you that, it doesn't really matter. I hope you guys have found this guide useful. Like I said, if you've done this co-op, there'll be 2 more collectibles you need to get, and those details are included at the end of the other video. Much love for watching. Again, I hope you found this useful. It took me forever and a day to put together. Let me know in the comment section if it did. Have a great day, and until next time, take it easy.